Hey, folks, did you know that sometimes we do cool stuff when we're having an anniversary? You guys, we tried something nuts tonight wherein we took our microphones away from Podcastville and brought it to Pizza Salad Movie Town and recorded while watching the movie. And producer Beth extraordinaire has created a supplemental audio track that you will find on this very feed, which you can play along with the movie Homeward Bound.
So let me get this straight. So I listened to the first part of this podcast.
Yes.
I hit pause when we hit pause.
Yes.
I switch over. I watch the movie.
Correct.
And I sync it up.
Yes.
With the audio track.
Beth helpfully counts down, and then Dan helpfully narrates the first few production company logos.
Make sure you're on track.
Make sure you're on track, and then you're basically watching it with us.
You're
just
having
async.
a full Totes experience.
Wow.
Start to finish.
It's an experience.
Oh, boy.
And you come back to the original episode and listen to the second half with us.
Yes. Yeah. And maybe feel some things.
Yes. Hopefully, if you're not a monster.
I am honestly terrified that anybody's going to listen to just the bonus track. And be like, I thought this podcast was more than screaming and crying.
Yeah. Screaming and crying. 10 years.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. There's some emotional trauma.
We'll get to it.
Anyway, here's the show.
The comedy show.
Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall Podcast, the podcast where we
nailing it already.
Talk about a movie we can't hardly remember. Then we pause the recording and we watch the movie while eating 2 pizzas and 2 salads. Thank you, patrons. Come back, record again. A second half of the show. Now we're talking again about the same movie. It's the one we just watched. We're more well-informed. We find out how it holds up in this day and age, how much we remembered rightly or wrongly. And are we still friends? My name is Dan.
This is Molly.
Welcome. I just wanted to try it. I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And our movie, this very special episode.
What's special about it?
This is our 10-year anniversry episode, Dan. I'm glad you asked.
Genuinely special for
Very
once.
special.
For once.
Every time it's special, just like you, listener.
Aww.
You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, one. Just one.
Listener.
It's you.
Aww.
It's Homeward Bound. Yes.
This is a living nightmare.
A movie.
We're making Molly watch it. It's finally gonna happen.
A movie we have been jokingly suggesting to Molly, and she has been denying for years now.
Years.
And honestly, I'm disappointed that it's never won Respect Listener Opinion Month.
Me too.
It hasn't even had a strong showing.
I guess the listeners respect. It's like Respect Molly month.
Yeah,
Aww.
right. Don't respect people who want to make Molly uncomfortable. Month.
Anyway,
Should
you
we
failed at it.
explain for newer listeners that animal danger is like very hard for me to watch. I have pretty big reactions to
Molly
it.
has a lot of empathy for non-human living creatures.
Yes.
On TV, like in film.
And in life.
Well, but I care equally about humans in life.
Sure.
I care less about humans than I do animals in film.
Sure.
And Homeward Bound is nothing but animals facing danger.
We don't know that.
And sadness.
We don't know that.
There's going to be a river. I just know it.
Yeah. We don't know it so much. I'm not sure if I've ever seen this movie.
Whoa.
I can't remember any details other than the premise, which I believe is
Animal danger.
3 pets
Okay. I'm listening.
Or abandoned.
are trying to get someone moved
Okay. Are they bound somewhere?
home,
Oh, okay.
but like new home.
Oh, no.
I think child moved and they got left behind
It was like Toy Story.
Yeah.
and they got to get back home.
Okay.
New home.
Yeah.
That's it.
They're bound to it.
Yeah. But it's like wilderness. They got to go through the wilderness.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
It's like 2 dogs and a cat.
I believe it's 2 dogs and a cat.
I believe that.
Is anyone saying it's not 2 dogs and a cat?
I know
No.
that the cat is a Himalayan because we had one when I was
I don't know what
growing
that
up.
is. I'm excited to find out, though.
Oh, that sounds like a hairy cat.
White and fluffy.
Fluffy.
Here's
Those
my-
cats are not meant to be outside.
Himalayan? That's
Yeah.
very outside.
It
No.
sounds outside.
That's mountainous.
It's a mountain.
I think that cat's name is Sassy.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Is that right?
Here's my deal with this movie is I'm pretty sure I have seen it, but I'm also pretty sure that every memory that I vaguely associate with it is actually from the movie Milo and Otis,
Oh.
which is another movie where animals talk and hang out.
That's an animated one with a fox and a dog.
No, that's The Fox and the Hound.
oh, yeah.
Milo and Otis is a movie
makes sense.
like this of that era where it was just animals on film and then we had voiceover. And now
Are they
we've-
like cute little vagabonds?
who? Milo and
Milo
Otis?
Otis? Yeah.
It's like a cat and like a pug.
No.
Is that an old movie, though?
I have no idea.
I think that one is older. And I think that the thing about that
Aw.
movie is those animals were actually in danger in that movie.
Oh no.
What?
I know.
Wait, that's not animated?
Wait, what?
Milo and Otis is not animated.
No.
Oh.
Milo and Otis is kind of notorious for... Is notorious the word I'm looking
Sure.
for?
Yeah.
Notorious.
Infamous?
Infamous for some...
They
there
went-
were multiple actors on that film.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The pre
That this is what I've heard from the internet. I don't know if it's true.
Sure.
We can look it up on the internet.
All right. When you say old, because I feel like I saw it in theaters. Do you
Oh,
just mean
really?
like before you were born old?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I was thinking it was from like maybe like the 50s or something.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
it was
I
a
thought it was
re-release.
more
Like a
and
black
I'm
and white
confused.
thing. Okay.
It's not
80s.
black and white.
Oh, then I don't know. Then that's bad.
Yeah, if that's true. If all that's true.
Maybe you're thinking of like Where the Red Fern Grows.
Maybe.
I mean, I just heard about a movie where Walt Disney just like killed a bunch of lemmings. And that's how we got the idea that they walk off cliffs.
Oh, yeah, that's not true.
Because they just like made it up
Disney.
and just like had them go off a cliff or
Wait,
something.
Disney would do that?
Yes.
Yeah, he
He was a monster
Oh,
in a lot of ways.
and this is a Disney movie.
This is a Disney movie
Yeah, but he's long dead, I
Oh,
think.
I'm
going to
be Wikipediaing so
released
hard.
in 1987 is what I'm saying.
89.
I'm going to say 90.
Nice.
90.
I'm gonna cheat. So I was trying to figure out if I could download this movie, and I saw the first 2 numbers of the date. No, the first 3 numbers of the date.
Oh, there
and
we
it
go.
I
was
was like 19.
19.
First
I
4
think
numbers
it's
of the date.
1990 something. So I'm gonna say 1991 to make it a
Wow.
nice run.
Wow.
Love
Wow.
it.
Okay.
It's an
But that-
okay run.
Yeah, that would make sense because I would have been in high school in the early 90s. So I doubt I
We're
was
seeing
watching
family
this movie.
movies about.
Yeah, you're too
That's
busy
good.
smoking cigs and riding your hog.
That's right.
That's right.
I don't remember this being a movie that I like saw the ads for or saw in theaters, but I definitely saw it on VHS at like somebody's house.
Yeah.
Ooh, is it a sleepover?
I feel like it's a sleepover movie.
Nice.
Yeah, but I know I've seen this movie
Yeah.
many times probably.
I'm
Wow.
pretty sure this is why I get it confused with Milo and Otis because I feel like this was a genre of movie where like me and my cousins, we used to do this thing when I was a kid where like I'm realizing now like my cousins and I would go to some movie like this, and then my dad and my uncle and them would go to like a movie they'd actually want to watch.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
And you're like, meet me in the lobby after.
yeah, exactly. And I never really clocked that until like as an adult. I was like, oh yeah, they didn't watch those with us.
Yeah. That was a good move. Yeah. Stuff.
Yeah.
The animals can talk to each other.
Yes.
Yep.
Is this like a peanut butter in the lips
I don't think
or
so.
just like voiceover? Who cares?
I feel like it's just like, yeah, like the magic of telepathy. Who cares?
Yeah. Because
That
we're not
seems right.
animating the mouth
No.
like they do in the Super Buddies movies, which are
Terrifying.
unsettling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this, because I feel like this was part of a brief genre of movie where it's just like, we have animals and we'll just ADR the voices later.
Yeah, because Babe, the
Babe,
movie
the
Babe,
mouth moved, right?
their mouths moved though, I think.
Yeah, but Babe was way later, wasn't
That's
it?
Babe
true.
could talk?
Oh, yeah, Babe
Yeah.
could talk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All the animals could. There's a kitten that
Jesus.
says, I'm still hungry.
Oh,
I just get that confused with Charlotte's Web.
they talk in that too, don't they?
They're animated in that, though.
Oh,
And yes, they do talk.
okay, that'll do, pig.
And, yeah,
Yeah.
they die.
I'll do pig.
You're the pig in this case. If
Okay.
that wasn't clear.
It wasn't.
Okay.
I was thinking about Charlotte. Now she passes away at the end.
Oh,
A moving story.
is Charlotte the pig?
No, she's
No.
the
Oh my
spider.
gosh.
Charlotte's Web. She's
It's
got the
her
web.
web.
I don't know.
What, you think a pig has a web?
What a pig. right?
Some pig.
Some pig. Thank you.
Great.
I feel like there's lots of sayings that are said in web form.
All about the pig? They're always about the pig?
All about the pig.
She's big on the pig.
But that's not this movie.
Piggly Wiggly.
Jesus.
This movie is Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound. 2 dogs and a cat. Gotta get home. Am I right?
Who here has actually seen it?
I'm
Me.
very confident I've seen it. I just cannot confidently say that any of the images in my head are actually from this movie.
Got you.
Okay. Molly?
I have never seen this.
Can we go back?
This is my nightmare.
Nice.
I mean, they gotta make it, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
There is a meme going around that it's like this is like my childhood trauma, and it is the end of this movie. So just a heads up.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think what I can remember is that there is a family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They, I believe, are moving somewhere. For some reason, the animals get separated from the rest of the family.
Oh, I got strapped to the roof.
And then they're like, we gotta get home. The cat is the sister's pet.
Oh.
And the dogs, or just there's one like golden retriever, I think it is. That's like I believe voiced by Michael J. Fox.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Marty Alex P. Keaton.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice.
And then there's maybe a pit bull kind of dog that's white.
This was my question. Like, I was trying to figure out if anyone actually remembered the kinds of dogs, because Molly's going hard on type of cat.
Yeah. I'm gonna say golden retriever and pit bull.
It's definitely it definitely has to be smaller than the golden retriever.
Yeah.
Because that's just how movies work.
Big dog,
right?
small dog.
Big
But
dog,
not
small dog.
Tiny dog.
I don't know if it's
Chihuahua.
tiny. Yeah.
I'm gonna say French bulldog.
Nice. I'm gonna say beagle.
Oh, that's a good one. That might be Otis.
I thought Otis was like a little pug.
I'm going to say
Milo.
mutt.
Okay.
Well, what kind of ears does it have, at least?
Floppy.
There we go.
Well, what I can picture is that dog at some point gets like porcupined, I think.
Oh.
So it's got little quills in its little face, and it's got those little dimples that dogs have where their whiskers are.
Buddy.
That's all I can picture of that.
Nice.
Yeah, but the cat and the dogs don't really get along.
Oh,
Okay.
But then they have to
Band
do
together.
teamwork.
And use
Like
their
this
different
podcast.
powers. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, we don't get along at all.
No, we have to.
But as soon as the mics turn on,
That's right.
Yeah, as soon as the mics turn off, ooh,
ooh,
things get real tense.
10 years of just arguing and
Just chasing each other around this room.
But the money's too good.
I jump up on Beth's desk and knock a bunch of stuff off.
Yeah. I punch the wall every time.
Yeah.
She has to patch the hole every time.
every time.
So now it just looks really warped and weird.
It's a good thing we make so much money on
Yep.
this podcast
Yes.
and pay for those repairs.
Mhm.
Like the Dave Matthews Band.
We dump poop in the Chicago River.
Yeah.
Nice. Here's a question for anyone at the table. Do any other animals talk in this movie? Or do they just encounter other animals?
There's a bear.
Okay. Does the
That's
bear
a bear
talk?
talk?
Is the bear like, Groo, get out of here?
Or like-
I'm going to say yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man. I just watched a video of a bear guide showing you how to get a bear to stop charging you.
I'd love to know.
God. Take away its credit card?
Oh,
Yay.
10 years, 10 years, 10 years.
No, you just yell ha at it and like run at it.
What?
It's
You
terrifying.
ran
Yeah,
hot.
I think I saw that
You
video.
run at it?
Yeah.
Dear God.
But
Wait,
the
which
bear's
kind of bear?
charging them as it's
The bear's
happening.
charging them.
What kind of bear, though? Because I feel like for every kind of bear,
Brown
there's like
bear?
different rules,
Yeah.
right?
I never remember
brown,
'em.
you clown, and
Brown and clown, which means shout and run at it, right?
Black, get
Get back.
get back.
it's the easiest one, but that seems wrong.
That also seems
Black,
very
don't
wrong.
slack.
Yeah,
I
you
think-
definitely shouldn't slack.
I think I think black bears are more gentle
Yeah.
than brown bears, because like grizzlies are like the scary ones, right?
I mean, polar
Polar
bears are the
bears.
scariest.
Well, right.
I think you're
And
donezo,
It's like you're
polar
dead
bear.
if you see
Yes.
a polar bear.
That's what I've come
Unless
to understand.
throw a Coke to it.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, get it.
Then it'll
Go.
stop and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's refreshing flavor.
Put on
Only
some
if it's Christmas
sunglasses.
time. Anyway, we don't know anything about bears.
No, please don't follow our bear advice.
I think about it a lot, though, and I never remember it when I look it up. So I'm probably going to be killed by a bear.
Yeah.
Probably.
But
That's how it works.
hey, you died like he lived.
It's based on how hard you study.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the nerds will survive the bear attack.
Yeah, you get to stay
Yeah.
in school.
The bear apocalypse. That's
Huh?
the story. That's our story now.
Oh, Bearnado.
Okay.
Also,
Anyway, there's a bear, and they gotta bark at it.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And I think I'm gonna say other animals can talk.
Okay.
that seems right.
All animals.
Nice.
I bet there's some sassy ducks.
Oh, I love that.
This
bet.
is good. Okay.
Yes.
Hell yes. Ooh, I bet there's
There's a rude goose.
Nice.
Oh, and there'll be some kindly animal that helps them on their way, like a sweet bunny or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
There'll be like some helpful
I'm writing
animal,
down
right?
sweet bunny.
nice. Yeah. I'm gonna bet that it's some sort of like tree rodent, like a squirrel or a chipmunk, is just like laughing at them and just mocking them because they don't know what they're doing because they're not woodsy animals.
Mocking squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's mountains in this
For sure.
from my GIF searching.
I feel like there's a
They
beautiful vista.
Yeah. They crossing the Rockies.
Oh wow, that'd be crazy. Maybe the Appalachians.
I mean, they're all pretty tall.
All mountains.
All
You're
mountains.
putting it out there. All mountains are tall.
The position of this podcast is that all mountains are tall.
Yeah.
I mean, because otherwise they're hills.
Right.
Yeah. Hills can get fucked.
Wow. Also the position of this podcast, I guess. Mountains are tall, hills can get fucked.
What else happens? I mean, they got to have trials and tribulations, right?
For sure.
Oh, it's going to be nothing but just one thing after another.
I bet there's going to be a kind of a sassy, fun discussion about like what to eat once they're out there. Because like the cat will be like, oh, here, I'll just catch this gross thing for you. And the dog's like, oh, we already found food. And it's just like absolute garbage.
Yeah. One of the dogs is going to suggest eating the cat.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think like in this trio, there's like the like main dog is like the leader,
Okay.
and then the other one is kind of a dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's like dumb or if he's just more like
Is he like comic relief?
yeah,
Just
a little
dope,
bit,
little
yeah.
dopey.
And then the cat is like
A cat.
a frenemy,
Just a cat.
just a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I can remember is the porcupine. There is something that happens at the end, and maybe it is a river or something, and you don't know if one of the dogs is going to make it.
No.
Because they're like almost going to drown.
Is it they die saving another animal?
Oh, I don't
Like
know.
a
This is
beaver?
awful. Why are we watching
Maybe
this?
maybe it
fun.
is like the dog tries to save the cat,
Oh.
and then that's the end of the movie.
Oh no.
Okay, because I still remember watching. Oh no, was it Bingo, Banjo,
Beethoven.
Benji?
There you go.
Benji. I remember as a child, it had come out, and there is a scene where Benji's little girlfriend attacks the bad guy.
Is the
And
girlfriend also a dog?
Yes,
Okay.
sorry. Benji is a dog, and his girlfriend is a little dog who's like a white little, like mostly fluff dog.
Sure.
And she lets and tries to bite the feet or the ankles of the bad guy, and they kick that dog so hard, and they take the time to show this white floppy ball of fur hitting the wall
No.
and sliding down, passed out.
Passed
and then
out,
in the
though.
end, she just stands up and is totally fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But I have that absolutely in my hippocampus, burned forever.
Yeah.
Is the image of that dog hitting the wall.
Well, I
Why
might,
did they feel they needed to do that? We get it.
might have to make room for some more tonight.
Ugh.
Are they going to be good or evil people along the way?
Like some sort of
Like a mountain man or
voyageur.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we shall get this perfect Labrador fur.
Okay, this might be like this might be like 101 Dalmatians or something. But yeah, there might be people that are, maybe the reason that they get separated from the family is because somebody's trying to like steal the dog.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
Are they trying to like?
I'm making that up. I don't think that's real.
Why do they leave the animals? They're just like, we don't know where they are. We got to go.
Maybe.
I think they're in like a
Home Alone.
caravan.
It's like a Home Alone situation.
Oh.
And for some reason, like the one that had the animals in it didn't go. I don't
Maybe.
know.
Yeah, maybe the movers like set it down and then something.
Can they not take animals to their
Oh, wow.
next home?
Well,
No, they
I
wouldn't
don't-
just leave them, would they? That'd be
I
crazy.
feel like there must be some reason, right? Is it like a Home Alone situation?
I think so.
Where the animals wish they had no owners. Say, careful what you wish for. Might come true.
Write down hijinks. I think it's hijinks that separates them.
I think it's going to be more callous than we expect.
Oh, no.
Really? You don't think it's like, oh, they were too busy playing in the barn, fighting over a piece of candy?
You think like dad's just going to be like, get out, and then get in the car and drive?
Yeah.
No, I just don't see those kids being like, that's okay, Paul. We can leave our pets here.
Yeah.
Well,
Do the kids get like carted off to an orphanage or something? Like, what is the deal?
I think they do cut back to the kids, and the kids are like worried sick about their
They're
animals.
probably
Like
looking out the window.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then they bound home.
Yeah. Do we think there'll be an original song at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, it probably won't be a rap. It'll probably be
No,
like
I don't think
sort of a country twang.
Sweeping move.
The animals came home.
Well, I'm
Bruce
coming
Springsteen.
home.
And we are homeward bound.
Wish I was. Nope, that's a Paul Simon song.
Homeward
Bon Jovi. Yeah.
Two dogs and a
bound. Looking for the bear. You gotta get us somebody to hit a homeward bound. God, I hope it's grunge.
Yeah, we all do. We all do. Listen, if it's late 80s, it could happen.
Could be.
This is non-zero chance.
Temple of Dog.
Hell yeah.
The big number at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going homeward.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, Paul.
Thank you.
Oh, Dan's grabbing his phone. Is something important happening?
I've got an unprecedented move.
Whoa.
Normally in the second half of the show, we turn to Discord. We'll get to it. Some people had some first half questions
Whoa.
that we can address.
10 years.
10 years. We're mixing it up.
Finally, somebody broke the system.
Gotta keep it fresh.
That's right.
Andrew asked, first half question, how many animals die in this film?
Great question.
0?
Well, I think 0 main characters, but like,
I'm gonna
they
say
gotta eat.
I'm gonna say implied 2.
Wow.
They gotta eat some fish.
It's for children, so I don't think there's gonna be
but
like
I think
carcasses.
That's not what they mean, though, right? They mean like.
Oh, you don't think fish count as animals?
Wow, Molly.
Wow.
Wow.
They talk maybe
That's science.
in this movie. Oh, it's me, Mr. Salmon.
Oh, no. Don't eat me from the river.
Oh, Salmon caught me mid-flight.
Oh, here comes the grizzly bear. Oh, no. I'm going to say implied 2. Just through the narrative.
4.
I feel like that.
Scared,
I feel like that bear's got to take a tumble, right? I feel like the bear's a threat, and then at some point it takes a tumble.
Like off a cliff or
that's
something?
how movies work. Like the way you get rid of bears when the people against the bear could never stop a bear, the bear takes a tumble. That's how movies work.
Okay.
So I'm saying implied cliff fall.
And you're saying 4, Molly? And one of them's the main character?
That's what I'm scared of.
Wow.
So I'm expressing my fear.
Hot bet.
I'm gonna say 0 animals.
Nice.
That's my bet.
Okay.
But also, I don't remember.
I'm going to say 3.
Ooh,
And fish count.
nice.
I said that I've seen this movie many times,
Yeah.
and what I meant to say was multiple times.
Okay.
So, like, at least twice.
Sure. More than once.
Yeah, but not enough, not like Little Mermaid levels of many, where it was like, I knew all the words.
Yeah. And this was all during the youthful days that you watched this more than one time?
Yes,
Okay.
I have not seen this as an adult for sure.
Okay.
The other comment that I will consider a first half one is
Great.
hold strong, Molly. From the reference machine.
Oh.
So you're getting
Thank you
some,
for your support.
This is going to be
Great.
truly horrific.
Yeah.
But fun.
Yeah. We're having fun. That's what this show's about.
We're having a great time.
We're having a great time. 10 years strong of fun.
Molly, how should we rate this fun, strong movie?
Oh, Bechdel Wallace, real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Do the animals count?
Yeah.
They must.
Okay.
I feel like
I'm going to say it passes, but human to pet.
Oh, does that count?
Well,
See, that's That's
I
where
have to
I'm
say
like,
something back.
I think that the little, like the young girl talks to her cat and the cat says something back, but I don't think that she hears what the cat says.
Look who's talking conundrum.
I don't think that counts.
Does she have a mom?
I bet there's parents.
Mom, our cat is back.
Shut up, honey.
That
That's right. I have to say
Dad
something
and I
back.
are smoking cigs.
My name is Gladys.
I'm going to say no.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sad to say probably no.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes. I think there's going to be inter-animal, but I think the dogs are boy dogs.
Dogs are boys and cats are girls.
I think that's going to be the stance of the movie as well.
I think it's going to be a human Bechdel Wallace pass.
So I think Sassy's going to talk to like a lady squirrel or something.
Oh, okay, nice. I'm saying human to human Bechdel Wallace pass.
Okay.
And just a 10-year anniversary Bechdel Wallace reminder. That is a test where a movie has 2 women characters who are named and talk to each other about something that is not a man in order to pass.
Yes.
Molly,
Seems like a low bar.
Seems like it.
Very high
You'd
bar.
be surprised.
Yeah.
Molly, did you have a stance on the BWT?
Oh, you probably didn't hear me because I'm a woman, but I said,
That's right.
I said no. I don't think it'll pass.
Dan, what did you say?
I said yes, but human to human
Yeah,
specifically.
no, I remembered and I wrote it down.
You just trying to save face?
Yeah. Great. Another thing a woman does on this podcast is give us our rating scale.
In this house, women give us a rating scale.
Be rating. Is that something?
Oh, my wife!
He's always berating me with his scales.
Cigar.
Oh.
What about you, hockey puck?
What?
I don't know what that is.
Doesn't matter.
We're going to rate this on high jinks, low times.
High jinks, low times. Aha. Okay. So are these like sad hijinks?
It's,
Hijinks,
no,
low
I mean,
times.
the hijinks are fun.
Okay. But everything else is garbage.
It's a cereal.
Oh,
Wow.
big reveal.
Okay.
Hijinks, low times.
What kind of cereal?
Sugar cereal.
It's a sugar cereal, but you feel really sad afterwards.
Oh.
So all sugar cereals?
Yeah, you crash hard.
It was originally called Sugar Crash.
Oh.
Oh, and then marketing was like, we can't put crash.
Hijinks.
All these kids are dying.
Jinx has got to be the mascot.
Okay. Is he high?
Yeah.
It's getting low. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's a pot smoking twerker.
This is like a THC cereal.
Oh, that's why you feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this tastes terrible. The sugar does not mask
I thought this
the
was going
flavor.
to be good, but no way.
It's like when you're
Bad high.
It's like when your pothead friends have like they made a bunch of THC butter and then they put way too much in whatever they made.
Yeah.
It's that, but except a manufactured cereal.
Yeah.
So like the taste is just awful.
Yeah. I'm envisioning like a gopher with like a jester's hat on.
This is Jinx.
This is Jinx. Yeah.
It's got a thick behind though, so you can get low.
Of course.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Is
If you're
that what getting low
If
is?
you're gonna draw a mascot who gets low,
What is get low in this context? Is that a dance?
Yeah.
Is that a dance move?
Oh.
Yeah, there's a popular song from the early aughts.
yeah.
Make a clap, make your butt cheek clap.
No,
Sure. I mean, that's the Jinx song, yeah. Light up your joint, make your butt cheeks clap.
What's that? Spread
Part
it
of
like an
a
eagle?
balanced breakfast.
Eagle wings?
What?
Something?
What are you talking about?
There's some dance song about eagle wings, and you flap your knees back and forth.
The chicken dance?
No. This one basically you're showing your crotch over and
Sure,
over. Right?
sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a trick. That's how they get you.
It's a trick.
Yeah.
And people say we spend too long on the rating system.
All right, Hydra. So is it stoner gopher with a
Great ass.
badunkadunk?
Yes,
that's a term,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
A dumpster ass.
Thick with 2 C's. Pixar mom.
Okay,
We're talking.
Pixar mom. Yeah. Bloodshot eyes, big time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's been up too late
Smoking
weed.
and dancing.
All right.
So, okay, what are the animated commercials like? 'Cause you know how like the rabbit tries to get tricks,
Yeah.
but they're for kids. What is Jinx the the gopher do?
He's popping out of the ground.
Yeah.
And
it's like, hey,
trying
kids,
to find the
get
cereal, but like he's always pointed the wrong way. Like he'll come out of the ground and the cereal will be behind him and he can't.
And he like can't get out of the hole because his butt's so big.
Yeah. Oh, jinx.
Yeah. And then they just give him some cereal anyways because they feel bad.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm getting my GED. And like, sure, Jinx.
And then they get low?
They get low.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
No notes.
Nope.
All right. Dan, you're first, as we all know.
Hell yes. 10 years, baby.
10 years.
Of being first, maybe.
No.
I don't know if that's true. I think this movie is going to be very fun to watch with Molly. I don't know if the movie itself will be that engaging, but I also love looking at dogs. And so I feel like that might bring it up to a 4, regardless of whether the movie itself is a slog. Because, man, I'm going to see those dogs, and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Cats
Hopefully
are fine.
less than 90 minutes. I can't imagine
It
this is a long
cannot
movie.
be more than 90 minutes. No way.
Guess we'll find out.
4 hijinks, low time.
That's how many bowls of cereal you're going to have.
Yeah, dog.
Saturday afternoon.
Hell yes. Getting baked on Jinx.
Wake up Sunday evening, not sure what day it is.
Just staring at this thick ass gopher on the floor next to me from the box. Like, what happened?
Watching old VHSs of Thundercats.
Yep.
All right, Beth, you're second, as we all know.
We all know this. I go second. I don't think it's going to be a good movie, but I do think it'll be fun to watch. But I'm going to rate the movie. So I'm going to
Okay, I feel like that was a pointed comment.
a cowardly 3.
Nice.
Thank you. My name is Dan. I am third, the best time for a Dan to go.
Huh. It's your opinion, but
Well, it's a fact. And I don't know. I guess I feel similar to the lesser Dan that it'll be fun to watch with Molly.
I'm getting it from all sides during this.
And I also like looking at dogs and cats, and I think there's going to be a lot of beautiful landscape shots, which I also like looking at.
Sure.
So I'm going to say 4 as well.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Molly Chase, bring us home. Country roads.
I am Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
4th. No one's offended by that. And I'm going to give this 0.
Wow.
Straight up 0 hijinks, low times, because this movie is going to be an abomination.
And you're straight edge, so you can't eat the cereal.
I mean, I hope to be wrong.
Sure.
Actually, I'll bring it up to a 1 out of respect
already
for
wrote
our
it down.
listener. Okay, 0 is fine. But listeners just know I respect you.
Yeah, but they didn't pick the movie.
I
We
know.
picked
but
talked
it.
they-
about this.
Respect us.
Yeah.
Okay, I respect.
Respect the podcast for surviving for 10 years despite this piss poor attitude.
I accept your 1 because if I put a 1 next to a 0, you know what you get?
10.
Oh, I get
Wow.
it.
Yep.
Nice.
And with that, we're going to press pause, go watch just 90 minutes of pure animal danger in the form of Homeward Bound, and at least 3 of us will be back.
Post on.
Shut up, Dan.
Shut up, Dan.
That's time to
This
talk
is
now.
my time.
Jeez.
I am here to tell everybody
Mad at me.
about frickin' listening to this podcast. It's good and you like it.
10 years
Yeah.
strong, baby.
Try listening to a woman, Dan.
I'm trying right now.
So
Not going great.
here's the deal. We've been making this podcast for 10 whole years.
Wow.
And we've had a lot of fun and we've met a lot of people who like to listen to the show and they tell us that they like to listen to it and maybe they also like to yell at it because we're wrong a
Yes.
lot.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun thing to do. And so I feel like over these 10 years, we've kind of built a little Totes Recall community.
Tree community.
Yep, that's your best work.
10 years on, your best work.
But we would love to have other folks join the community.
Indeed.
So tell a friend to listen to the podcast.
Beth, would you call this a Totes Challenge?
This is Totes Challenge 10-year anniversary edition.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh.
Do you have to tell them in person?
No. What? We live in We live in a digital age.
The most offended I've ever heard Beth be.
So what? You call them up on the phone?
If you're a weirdo, try texting them or sharing the link to the podcast.
Like a DM on your social medias?
Yeah, send a
Snapchat. Write them a letter?
I guess, Grandma.
Beth, you should take this to the stand-up clubs. This is great.
Now an insult comment.
Yeah, but specifically. And only when it comes to communication
Am I
methods.
a plant in the audience or am I up there with you?
You just sit on stage. And
Hey, look at this guy. Look at this guy over here. Friggin' grandpa phone over here.
Grandpa phone. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to our podcast for 10 years.
Wow.
We could not do it without you.
True.
We love you all.
Aww.
Yeah.
And now, back to the show.
.com.
And we're back. We just watched 1 hour and 24 minutes of pure hell.
Homeward Bound. The Incredible Journey.
The Incredible Journey is not the one the animals take. It's the one you take as the viewer.
Yes. Correct.
We have never been closer as friends.
No. We bonded over this.
We did.
Molly and I embraced in the kitchen afterwards.
I did. I looked
Is
in
that
there
true?
and they were
Yes.
hugging.
Amazing.
And I told her this was an incredible journey.
Oh.
I was not talking about these three pets fighting their way home.
Oh my God. Y'all, if you have not seen this movie or have not seen it recently, I honestly don't know whether to encourage you to watch it or not.
I mean, just be prepared.
Yeah.
Be prepared for emotions to hit you hard.
Like maybe don't have anything planned afterwards.
Yeah.
Like for example,
Treat
recording.
it like a therapy appointment or something.
Yeah.
Like don't
We
stack your schedule.
Ate cake in near silence in the kitchen to celebrate our 10th anniversary.
Stared off
I
into
had
the
a Chelsea
distance.
stare at the wall. But we'll get into all of that in the second half of the record.
Speaking of things that are great,
Yeah.
awards.
Oh, yes.
Awards.
We got so many of
Which
them.
we get. We got 10 years worth of awards.
Yeah, we do.
But only for this one segment.
Which is, of course, 60-second summary.
6
The segment in which we summarize the movie we just experienced, Homeward Bound, in 60 seconds exactly.
Because it's our 10-year anniversary,
Yeah.
should we each do 10 seconds at a time?
Sure.
And just pass it off to each other? We could just like is anybody wanting to summarize this movie?
Sure.
Dan, are you wanting to?
In the traditional manner is that I
Oh
volunteer
yeah,
to go.
we should let him volunteer first at least.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it.
Didn't you just do it?
I do think I did it at least very recently. I don't know if Beth's ever done
Beth's
it.
never done it.
Beth's
In
never
10
done it.
years, Beth has never done it.
I guess now's the time. Now.
Yay!
Yes.
All right, are you ready?
No.
Molly, do you want to tell Beth something?
Oh, yes. Beth, very important. Begin with we open on.
What if I don't remember what we open on?
We'll
Doesn't
jump
matter.
in.
We'll jump in. We'll help you.
For Molly's
Wait,
suggestion.
are we actually doing every 10 seconds?
No,
Or
we'll just jump in.
We're just doing a tandem.
Yeah.
All right.
We're parsley.
But it's mostly Beth.
Excuse me?
We're parsley. Beth is
Both
the meat and the potatoes,
Got
and we're
it.
the parsley.
Great. Okay. Beth's thinking about the meat and potatoes, or she's thinking about the movie we just watched.
Yeah.
I can't tell. Are you ready?
It opens on
Time.
a wedding.
We open on, I think actually a dog eating underwear.
Yeah. That's
No,
right.
so we get to meet our narrator. He is a dog. There is a sassy cat named Sassy. There's a wedding happening. This family is being joined together through this wedding. It turns out that they, the dad has like a job in San Francisco, and so they have to move immediately right after the wedding.
Yep.
They leave the
30 seconds.
animals. Oh my God! They leave the animals with an aunt or something.
Aunt Kate.
At a ranch.
And then the animals are like, something's up. And so then they're like, we're got to go home. So then they jump over the fence and they go on an adventure. They run across bears. They run it. The cat almost drowns in the river. There's like a friendly
Mountain
guy.
lion. Eagle watcher.
Finally, we end up with the saddest
the
scene
pound?
of all time. They go to a pound. A dog falls in a hole, and we don't know if he's going to make it.
Time.
They're reunited.
The dog is fine. The dog is fine. Don't turn off the podcast. The dog is fine.
I went on another incredible journey during that 60-second summary.
And you didn't even touch on all of it. There is like a missing child who's like 2 or 3.
Child.
Yeah, full-on toddler named Molly.
Could not have been better.
It was
incredible.
I think the only thing that would have made it worse is if it was your child's name.
Oh, I know. I was thinking, I was like,
sure.
at least it's me.
Yeah, right.
It was nonstop. And there was a human journey. And one thing I appreciated and I agreed with, Dan, is that every time the humans came back on, you'd scream, I don't care about you.
Yeah. So many times we would be left. I mean, the animals were in danger basically the whole time.
Yeah. Nature and wilderness, as Werner Herzog will tell you, is chaos.
That's right. We would leave the animals at like a pivotal moment.
Perilous.
Major cliffhanger.
Yes.
It
Sometimes
would
literally.
Either cut to a full moon and it's night, or we'd see the people again, and I don't give a shit about these people.
There was like,
get the animals back home.
Was it right after they thought Sassy the cat had drowned that they cut to Bob with his fucking dot matrix printer?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Bob is the new dad that we all hate.
Yeah.
I mean, he was fine by the end.
By the
mostly.
end, everybody goes on a journey,
Yes.
right? It's not only
journey.
the animals.
Yes.
The only person who doesn't really go on a journey is the mom to the kids.
No.
She gets almost nothing. And this new dad gets like so much screen time.
Yeah.
The main thing the mom gets is to be shushed
Yes.
when they're trying to hear if the dogs are barking.
Oh,
Yeah.
so thankless.
Whose children are they?
They're hers.
Okay.
All of them?
Yes.
I thought girl and cat was Bob's.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I
Right?
thought. Or the
couldn't
other way
follow it.
around.
Hope is the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Older son, definitely
Mom's
kid.
Yes.
Okay.
After that, I was completely lost in
Sure.
it, and I couldn't
Who
follow
cares,
it.
right?
But
They're
it's
just
a
people.
blended family.
Yes.
But the stepdad goes on a whole journey where he learns to love the animals.
Oh, they are.
And eventually, like, they call him dad.
Yes. And Hope calls him dad, which means all 3 of them are the mom's kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom.
Yeah.
It's a big moment.
It's a big
But
moment.
also, who cares?
Yeah.
Shadow the dog might be too old to climb out of a hole.
Oh, God.
Are we sure about that? Because I got the impression that Chase and Shadow were like just kind of getting to know each other.
Oh, Chance and Shadow?
Yep.
But I think Chance
is just a new dog.
Oh, but do you think so?
Oh.
So maybe the youngest boy belonged to stepdad?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Sure.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's
Yeah.
a blended family.
Yeah.
There are kids, there are pets, but this guy has some fancy job in San Francisco.
I think he's a professor. His door says Professor
Something.
Seaver.
maybe it's like an adjunct.
Bob Seaver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob Seaver,
Bob Seaver.
pet hater.
Oh, Bob Seeger.
And-
That's who I'm thinking of.
The
Bob
musician?
Seeger?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Bob
that's not.
Seeger?
Who are you talking? What?
Who's in this movie? Bob Seaver?
Yeah.
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 And the musician is Bob Seeger?
Yeah.
Yes.
Too close. It's confusing.
Well, take it up with the screenwriters.
Yeah.
But he does try,
He
and in
does.
the end, he comes around. So he's got a whole journey. The kids have a journey. Chance the dog learns to trust after having
be a
spent
good
time in
dog.
the pound, and to be a good dog.
And to understand that he has his own boy, apparently. We don't have to get it right now, but there are certain dog rules that we learn,
Yeah.
mostly from the elder dog, the elder lab Shadow, that I
Shadow.
feel like we need to talk about. Actually, no, it's not just from Shadow. It's from the movie itself, because there are certain rules about just how animals work in this world that are very confounding to me.
Yeah.
We open the movie. We have Chance the dog narrating about his storied history and how he's in this house and he's still kind of a rascal.
Yeah.
And
Michael
then
J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. And then we learn that he is having chats. He can chat with Sassy the cat and
Sally
Shadow
Field.
the lab. Don Amish, I don't know. He was an actor for like a century.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he's been on a lot
And
of
he
stuff.
also hosted a talk show.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
And so at that point, we're like, okay, the animals can talk to each other.
Yeah.
Great. But as soon as they get to the ranch, like where they're being kept while they go to San Francisco,
Yeah.
Chance is meeting chickens,
Trying to eat chickens.
seeing horses. Nobody talks to them.
No.
Nobody. Not a one.
Which is confusing because those are domesticated animals.
Ducks, geese, horse,
At
chickens.
least the horse should have said something.
Yeah, it should be like, oh, hey
Hey,
there.
I'm Mr. Hood.
Oh.
Yeah. Get out of here.
The CIA killed John F. Kennedy. Whoa, horse.
I just want to eat some poop.
Dude, TMI, we just met.
Maybe it just made the story too complicated
Or
because
they
the
didn't want to
animals.
pay all those voice actors.
Yeah, and then they would be able to say, "Hey, Aunt Kate, who is Gene Smart, is super cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine here. They left. They'll come back. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh, that's
so they
true.
can't have any guides out there.
But it was the fact they end up going to the animal control center, and all the other dogs are catcalling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like yelling at Sassy the cat, which so then we've established like, okay, so cats and dogs can all talk to each other.
Yeah.
No other animal.
My theory is that cats and dogs,
Yes.
house pets,
Yes.
speak one language.
Okay.
Maybe farm animals speak another language.
And then the
Wild
animals of the
animals
wilderness.
speak a third, or maybe there's more out there. But
Sure, sure.
there's not just one animal language.
I see. I would accept that.
Yeah. I wish we had seen like a bird.
Yeah, just to know.
Yeah.
That would have really cleared things up.
Parakeet, like a parakeet or something.
We do see an eagle fly by.
Yeah.
So much more happens in this movie than I
Right, okay.
thought. I feel like we should try to go chronologically,
Okay.
even though.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And I also just have to say this. If you watch the movie, please notice how many balloons there are at this wedding. It's an
Wow.
incredible number.
And they're leaving the next day.
no, they're leaving
That
that day.
afternoon.
Afternoon.
They cut the cake
They
and they
leave
leave.
the balloons up.
They left up. Who's watching the house?
Who's
No
watching
one.
the balloons?
It's unclear.
A bunch of friggin' hawks are gonna choke on them.
They really are like,
Yeah.
we gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
Bob's? How important could Bob's job possibly? They're like, okay, we gotta get married and then get the fuck out of
Gotta
here.
get to
just
San
gonna
Francisco.
blow-
The
Load up
dean's gonna
these-
have my ass over a fire if we don't get there.
Yeah, really. Like, you could not like just relax on your
class-
own wedding day. Like,
I guess
Chill.
classes start.
Well, then maybe
Then-
plant.
And then why
Yeah, the day
wasn't
before.
Aunt Kate invited to the wedding?
She couldn't make it.
Oh.
That was loaded, that conversation.
Yeah.
She was like,
Wait,
I'm
what
sorry I
happened?
couldn't make it. Or wish you were there, right?
Yeah.
And Bob was like, yeah. Like in a way that he was like forgot to invite her or like
Ooh.
like scheduled it such that she couldn't make it
'cause
knowingly.
Because maybe Kathy?
Kate.
I just keep thinking Gene Smart. Maybe Kate was just like, girl, I don't trust this guy.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna uproot your whole family to San Francisco for some job you don't even know, like totally understand, and you can't bring your pets for some
So
reason.
you're gonna bring them to me?
Yeah.
I mean, and she's great at
She's
it.
cool about it.
Yeah.
And then she's got her buddy Frank who's going to come watch him for a couple
She's got
of
a
days.
whole plan.
She's got a whole plan.
Listen.
She has written out a note in cursive.
I think we can all agree Aunt Kate is blameless.
She
this
is incredible.
entire situation.
Also, P.S. Gene Smart
oh my god.
just sells every line she does.
Such
It's
a
so
treasure.
good.
she has an incredible jacket.
Incredible jacket to take to the
Fringe.
horse something.
Doc Ron.
I didn't understand that stock riding because, like,
What does that even mean?
it looks like she just drove a couple of horses, but that can't be it, right?
She's selling one horse.
She's
No,
got a
it
bunch of
seemed like
ribbons.
I thought she was going to be herding them somewhere.
Maybe it was a show. Maybe she's showing the horse.
Oh, I
Best
guess.
horse.
Ooh, like to stud? To go to stud?
Maybe she's studying horses.
Maybe.
It was definitely a place where pets should not go.
Yeah.
It was pretty clear that she
Yeah.
wouldn't bring pets with
Bunch of
her.
horse
Oh,
fucking.
Frank.
Yeah.
But then
Some
she's coming back to her stud, Frank.
Ayo. We'll get there. So Kate leaves a note that is maybe too small and written in a way where I maybe could have read it when I was in 4th grade, but could not for the life of me read the first page of the note.
The country wind blows it away.
Yes. Because apparently the first page was very important for context.
Yeah. And so so Frank comes,
Yeah.
he notices there's no 2 dogs and a cat. He's flummoxed, but then he sees the note that explains she's taken him with her.
Which I'm still not clear what the context was where she would even write that, where he would think that could mean the pets are with me.
It seemed like there was some like ambiguous pronouns, but also
Yeah.
not.
Because why would she need to tell Frank, by the way, I'm taking the horses,
Yeah.
right?
The old boy is feeling homesick or something like that.
Oh, maybe
So
that's
the horse? Maybe it was supposed to be one horse, and then the old horse was also gone.
No,
We don't know.
the old dog is feeling
She
homesick.
said dog?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Let's
But
get to
she-
the pets.
But I think she was just saying the old dog's feeling homesick.
So,
anyway,
like,
I'm taking
Be
him up.
nice, right?
Anyway, the point is there was a miscommunication,
Yeah.
Frank.
It's not
and
Frank's fault.
It is Frank's fault.
the
She
wind's
was
fault.
being so
It's the wind's
generous
fault.
about it. He
It's the
could
wind's
look on
fault.
the ground.
Yeah, he could have. That's true. He could have looked on the
I mean, he
ground.
could have like tried. He was just like, oh, I guess that explains it.
It did seem like they maybe could have like given us just to absolve Frank. They could have maybe at least given us a cut of him like going in the house and looking around, right?
Yeah,
like he's like show he tried.
Yeah,
because all we see is him read the note, be like, oh, that's weird. All right,
Well, I think
Pat
he's
set
staying
a
at the
stock
house.
something.
Yeah,
No, he lives right next door.
Oh, I thought he was coming to stay over.
I mean,
it's very good.
maybe when she gets back.
All
It
right.
seemed like he was a little disappointed when she got back.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. So
Anyway, pets
meanwhile,
escape.
The pets.
Shadow, yeah.
Okay.
Shadow's
so what you
vibe
have to
is
know.
incredible.
Oh God. Okay. Can we just talk about when the kids leave?
Oh God.
Shadow.
The first-
Oh my God.
The
so
first
Peter
crack in the
says
facade.
goodbye to his dog, and I have to say, Shadow's regal hugs were unbelievable. It was so cute.
Peter tells Shadow to stay.
Oh God.
And Shadow is a
my.
loyal, good boy, and
And
he
sits
sits there.
and stays.
Literally, as he watches Peter put his hand on the back of the hatchback
Oh.
and watch
And
sadly.
the dog actors are credible. He tries to
They're so good.
not stay a little bit, but stays because he's a good boy.
Yes. Meanwhile, Chance is just like, "Oh, just eat a boot, dummy." It's like, Chance, you don't understand. You don't understand how you're supposed to love a boy.
And Chance
You're
really
too young.
doesn't. All Chance can think about is staying out of the pound.
And which understandably, he's had a
He's
traumatic
living for
childhood.
today.
Yes, but
Yeah.
Shadow has even said it. It's like, you're a young pup. You'll understand. This is your boy.
And then,
But
you
then-
know, Sassy's just...
Sassy's being a cat. Yeah, right? You need to take a minute? Like, I gotta give Sally Field credit. Like, Sassy played that cat very authentically. Because Sassy was like, not happy with the situation.
No.
But was also like, I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm just gonna complain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the three of them, I guess the whole point is they don't necessarily
understand
get
what's happening.
along. They don't understand what's happening with
No.
the human. They don't understand.
Well, and then it was also because then even Peter was like, we'll see you in a week. And then on the drive out, Bob is like, oh, maybe a couple weeks. He's like, I told Shadow.
sucks so hard at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah. He doesn't
Sucks.
understand they made promises to their pets.
Yes.
And he's like, they can't tell the difference. I was like, oh, they can smell the air and know what time it is, and you don't think they can tell the difference?
Shadow makes it very clear that a experienced dog has a sixth sense about his boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta say though,
Oh no, Beth, you made a very good point about Shadow.
Shadow has boomer energy.
Huge boomer energy. Yeah, because there's definitely moments where, like, Sassy especially, like, Sassy is the most put upon of the three of them. Because
Yeah.
Sassy is the most who's just like, it's fine, chill out, they'll come back.
Yeah.
And Shadow is so stubborn. He's like, no, something's wrong. Like, he is like a boomer text, like, series of texts that start with, like, call me immediately, emergency. And then later you find out it's like just nothing. It's so benign.
Yeah.
He's like, something's wrong. And then the
It's been
whole
like
reason
a day at most, right?
the whole reason that whole thing happens is because he's like, something is wrong. I'm the leader of this pack.
Well, and he
Follow
literally
me.
said, like,
Well, no, he
Peter
doesn't
must
even-
be in danger.
Yeah.
He's
He
just like,
jumps
I'm
to that
going.
conclusion.
Yes, exactly. Oh.
It's been a day. Peter said he'd be back in a week. Give Peter a week, Shadow.
And if Kate hadn't also left,
No,
I
that's
feel
true.
like-
That would fuck a dog up for sure. Because they just met.
Yeah, but like she could have just run up to the store or something.
She brought horses with her.
Well, if
They
horses
can
need to
smell-
go.
And well, I think what happened is because Shadow was being a good boy and was staying on the porch. And all he saw, all the context he had after watching his boy leave sadly,
Yes.
all the context he had was Chance going car ride, car ride, car ride, and then Gene Smart closing the gate with a very dramatic sound effect.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
And
true.
then Chance being like, oh my God, this is it. We're locked in. Like his, I don't know, like
He's
prison
traumatized.
trauma
Yeah,
was
exactly.
kicking up. And then that was just feeding into Shadow's anxiety. And then because Shadow is an old boomer, he couldn't actually show that he was like scared. He just
Yeah.
be like, no, there's a problem
Yeah.
that I can
Take
solve.
action.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exactly
Yeah.
what happened.
And then Shadow, Ben the Lab, the actor,
Yes.
does an incredible job of jumping over a stump to get over the fence. And it's majestic and beautiful.
And then Chance Rattler, maybe,
Rattler.
Yep.
Yeah.
does a great job of doing a shitty job of jumping over the fence. Like
Okay.
knocks over trash cans,
It's
but
incredible.
gets over the fence.
Speaking of, real quick shout out to Michael J. Fox for, clearly like they did all this insane animal wrangling, and then Fox just came in and did his lines. But like he was so good at acknowledging how clumsy Rattler was that anytime that dopey motherfucker tripped with him, he'd go like, ugh.
Chance at one point takes off and runs full on into a sapling.
Oh, it's so good.
That was amazing. That that was the moment where like the director was like, "Please tell me we got that."
It's like the best way I can describe Chance is that his hind legs move faster than his front legs sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's just
it's got kind of puppy energy.
Yeah.
I mean, Shadow calls him pup constantly.
Yeah. But everybody's pup to Shadow.
That's true. Oh God.
Here's like the original dog.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that going into this movie, like I was pretty sure one of the dogs was a lab. I was pretty sure he was like the older dog and the leader. I was not expecting to be an elderly dog. That I was not emotionally prepared for.
Oh, me neither.
I just thought it'd be like just a dog with a deeper voice. That's what I thought it was going to be. But no, it is like a clearly like he's going gray. He's a lot slower than Chance. It is a beautiful elder lab. And he touched my heartstrings immediately.
Before the movie, I was sure they all made it. And as the movie progressed, I was more and more confident Shadow was going to die.
Well, and they kept setting it up where you think like we're like 20 minutes in. Sassy is trying to go across the river. A log snaps. We spent 5 minutes watching this cat run down the rapids of this river.
Close-ups, long shots. It went on and on.
And Shadow is like doing his best. He's trying to follow her. And it ends with him just like looking over the falls and basically just being like, I'm so sorry.
She goes off the waterfall. We watched this cat go off a giant waterfall. And then we cut to the moon.
Yeah, that was fucked up, man. Holy shit.
It's like overnight, it's not going to get resolved.
No. Well, and then they even like, they do a pan over the rocks and we think like, oh, okay, here we go. But no, it's just another shot of Shadow sadly reflecting on how he failed her.
He's sitting on top of a tiny hill at the bottom of the waterfall and we think it's going to be Sassy, but no, it's Shadow.
Just Shadow
recognizing he failed.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Regretting his choices and knowing that he was the leader and he was responsible for all three of them.
Oh my God.
And it's like I think it's another at least 10 minutes and at least one cut to other people before we know Sassy's still alive.
Yeah.
And
it's
she
fucked
just
up.
looks like a hot mess.
Oh, that beautiful
An
bird
old bird
watcher.
weirdo.
Yes. A man that I described immediately as Dan's dream life, which he agreed.
Yeah.
It's just
He's just out in the woods, being excited. He saw 4 eagles
having
today.
a great time. He's got his little journal.
Yeah.
4 eagles in 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Coming
Which
to Minnesota.
really struck me because I was like, get to Minnesota. You're going to see eagles
I
pretty
will
frequently.
say, though, there's a
country.
pair of baldies nesting in the tree across my alley right now, and I'm so pumped about it.
Yeah.
But they're so inconsistent. Like I'll see like one of them sometimes early in the morning when my dogs hit me up way too goddamn early. Then I won't see them for days at a time. And then sometimes both of them will be up there and it rules.
Yeah.
But then it's getting dark. So when I say like to my wife, the eagles are here, she can't see shit. All I can offer her is this poorly backlit silhouette of an eagle.
Wow.
My point is they can be, they go places. They go. Yeah.
Sure. I get you.
I assume they have multiple locales. I don't know how it works.
I mean, they probably do, right?
Raptor experts. Leave us a voicemail.
They make a big nest.
But how many nests do they make? That's my question.
Is it just one for the young and then they have like little like hangouts?
Maybe.
Like little perches?
Like little pit stops?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got a big territory.
Right?
I would say the nest is probably just for the eggs, right?
I guess, but then like where do they hang out?
They sleep.
Perches.
Well,
Where are they
like
sleeping?
Chickens
Trees.
just sleep on a little perch. They don't do anything fancy.
Ooh, shout out to the...
Oh, turkey?
Yes. I mean, I was going to talk about the turkey in my life that I saw sleeping in a tree.
Oh my God, really?
Oh, I've never seen a turkey up in a tree.
It's
I want to.
wild.
Yeah.
It makes no sense because they're so fat.
I got so much respect for urban turkeys.
Yeah, dude.
They don't give a fuck about cars.
They don't. They will hold up traffic.
Yes.
Like nobody, like they just, and they're like taking it personally that a car is in their space.
Yeah, they are like, when it's like more than a couple, it seriously is as if there's just like a group of teens loitering, right?
I mean, it feels like they're aliens that have been dropped on this planet
Yes.
and we cannot communicate
Yes.
with them, but they're mad at us.
Yeah.
Just a little.
They're like assertive about it.
Yeah.
That feels right. Because turkeys, like, I don't remember turkeys being in the city until I was like a late teenager. Like I didn't see a turkey like up close until yeah. So that's a new thing. They're like
thriving.
We are here.
Doing great. Nature is healing.
Fucking deal with it. Stay close. Get close and check out this terrifying, weird poker claw we have on our
There was a Tom that was like holding up traffic in a very busy section.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, it's not going to last long. It's so creepy, though, to think about running one over because they're so big.
They're so big.
And that's also so messed up. But also, they're so big.
Yeah.
But like, people were getting increasingly, and people further back don't know what the holdup is.
Yeah.
And the people right there are like, please, turkey, just please go around. And the turkey's all like up in their grill. Like,
yeah. Well, and it's so
you
hard.
You want to fight me?
Like, because they're just big enough where like, you're not sure if you have enough of a radius to get around them.
Yeah.
Right? Depending on what road you're on.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then like after a while, it just wasn't there anymore. And I was like, did somebody killed that turkey?
Yeah. Or it's on the
took it
roof
out.
of your car. Anyway, a turkey scares the shit out of Chance who's trying to eat some chickens.
Yeah.
And at that, like, that was, I think, the moment we were most mad the other animals didn't talk. Because he literally goes into the chicken coop and there's just a turkey in the corner, like some sort of like Russian bodybuilder that the mafia's hired.
Yeah. You think you come and mess with my chicken?
You come in my coop?
Yes.
Dog?
I waddle all over there and pick your eyes out.
I will poke you with my very sharp poking tail in the bottom of each foot. Don't question why a turkey would be Russian.
Birdzilla.
Birdzilla, that's what Chance called.
Yeah.
Chance has a lot of jokes that don't quite land. Can we agree?
Oh, it's so tedious.
He's laying them out there though.
Yeah, he's trying.
It's like buckshot.
It's like one of
them's gonna
It
land.
feels so good by the end of the movie. You feel like he's getting older in part because you just don't have to listen to all the jokes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like for a while, it's like
It's a
4
lot.
or 5 attempts
It's
per
too
minute.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
And it's all sassy. It's like, I mean, I know there's a cat named Sassy, but
Yeah,
there's
how
just
dare
a
you.
lot of like mutual sass flying.
Yeah.
A lot of body shaming. I was pretty surprised.
That was all
Sassy for
sass.
that.
That was all
But
sad.
that's like the 90s, but
It's
still.
very much.
Yeah.
Oh,
90s.
93.
93. Shit.
Nobody?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No.
All right, so we get Sassy almost drowns in a river. Weird bird guy.
Jesus.
Oh, by the way, when he
Nurses-
finds her,
She's
like looks dead.
He thinks
He
she's
thinks she's
dead.
dead.
It's rough.
It's rough.
It is so awful.
He nurses her back to help and wishes her well on her way because she
Yeah.
hears Chance and Shadow barking and runs off.
Okay, and that was the first time that Dan cried.
That was the first
What was the first time?
When the
When they
Oh,
were
they reunited?
Yeah.
oh,
Yes.
it was
It
beautiful.
was very
Sassy
cute.
rubbed up on
Oh,
Chance and
it
I
was
just said
so
the
cute.
animals are friends and I started crying.
It was really good.
It was
Like,
good. It was very cute.
If you
that
haven't
cat.
watched the movie, like, they are literally like nuzzling up on each other.
Yeah.
And like
Singing
Shadow
watches are
gets
so
in
good.
on it. Like the guy who's like, you know, like he kind of missed the timing, but he's still trying to get into the group hug on the outside.
Yeah.
And Shadow probably, you know, like the weight that is lifted off Shadow's shoulders
Oh,
to know
wow.
that
What a relief.
that she's alive despite his failures.
And then the sass quotient goes way down.
Yeah,
They
'cause-
respect each other.
Yeah, because things got real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although we do experience Arnold Schwarzenegger at some point
That's
when
true.
they encounter a mountain lion.
Fair.
I think that's before.
Is that before they reunite?
Yeah,
I think
so.
Oh,
so.
no, it
Two
would
of
have to be
them.
because Sassy wasn't there to be like, hey, cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, that's right. They seesaw, trampoline, not trampoline.
Seesaw.
Catapult, seesaw,
Which
catapult.
was foreshadowed, which we totally forgot this when Chance
Yes.
launched Sassy off of the
That's
seesaw
right.
at
The
home.
first animal danger.
Yeah.
But they launch. This is.
Oh, yeah. This,
I was wondering how many of these trials were going to be felines falling off cliffs.
Right?
Because we had Sassy go off a waterfall. We had a mountain lion get sprung off a cliff
And
into water.
a wide shot all the way down to the water.
just free falling.
Like what? I mean, the Animal Humane Society or whatever said that this movie was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
They probably just threw a puppet over the edge.
I
Yeah.
hope so. I hope it was a puppet.
I mean, notice they didn't say no animals were harmed. They
They
just
just
said
said-
they appreciated their respectful and
Yeah.
something.
And apparently there were 10 cats who played Sassy at various
wow.
I would
times. But I
imagine.
think Tiki was the lead.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like whenever they were just bounding.
And that must have been a puppet in the river, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or
Looked great, though.
I think there was at least one shot where it might have been just like a dude with his arms under the water and they just like in a pool or something, like a wave pool or something. You know what I mean?
holding
there
the
was.
cat?
It was a very quick shot.
Because I feel like there were a couple shots where it's just like, that looks like an actual cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you just put a cat in a bathtub, it would look like it was drowned.
Right? Yeah.
Because they hate water so much.
There were so many there were so many moments. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that there are 10 cats because some of the shit that cat does is legit impressive. So like clearly there was like, okay, this is the cat that breaks Shadow out of the pound.
Yeah.
That was so good.
That was so cool.
Man. Okay, wait. But before we get to the
we're
pound,
jumping way ahead to that.
we got to deal with the 3-year-old Molly situation.
Oh yeah, okay, you're right. We're not out of the woods yet.
But we're pretty close. So we've overcome Mountain Lion. We've
They've
overcome
reunited.
Waterfall. They've reunited.
Everyone's crying.
bears
We're
as well.
sobbing.
We're sobbing.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Oh,
right.
there was Oh, yeah.
That's barely anything.
Ah.
I didn't want to say it, but that was the
hard.
only
Yeah.
Can't
phrase
stop
that
it.
came.
Totally.
Yeah.
You can't stop it sometimes. So so we've seen a bear. We've gotten through all of this.
Yes, we're like,
you're
okay,
like,
they're good. They're
they're good
reunited.
now.
Everything's
We've seen most of like the wild animal danger.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing prepared us
easy
for
walk.
a little girl
Easy walk through the woods now.
crying,
Oh, my
"Mommy."
A little girl, a toddler.
Like it's not
2
even like
years old, 3
you're
years
not
old, something like
thinking
that.
young enough. If you're thinking of a child actor, it's not as young as you
It
think.
is a little kid, and she can say "mommy" and not much more.
Oh my god! And
And-
Shadow's good dog senses go
Oh my God.
crazy. Like it's like if Spider-Man, when his little lines are coming off his head, and he.
Comes up with a plan.
It's a magical moment where I feel like if you're a child lost in the woods, obviously, best case, your parents come out. It's like, oh, hey, where were you?
Mm-hmm.
Second best case, a
Good
gorgeous elderly lab comes by and offers his paw to show that he's not
He says,
hostile.
He says, "See, I'm a good,
Good
dog."
Good dog.
Oh my
And then
god!
she gives him a hug, and it's that same regal hug with this like patience.
Oh my god! That one was like, this is where the movie got like. I mean, it was already clearly like the whole river scenes. You could tell like, okay, they are like trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
But I feel like that next part was like, and this again, the
And
child's
this-
name is Molly.
It hasn't even gotten to the worst part.
The parents.
No, that's bad too.
Yeah,
But like,
'cause they
you
like-
Oh my god! Yeah.
Oh God! So you've got this kid, and and she's got this beautiful hug, and then they cut to nighttime.
And the
Again,
search
they cut
party-
to moon.
Cut to
And then
moon.
moon.
Search party. There are forest rangers, and then like just they frame it in such a way where the forest ranger walks just far enough out of frame to show the grieving,
Oh my God.
sobbing parents.
The mother is doing Oscar-worthy performance
Oh my
here.
god!
With
Just
I
like
am looking for my child in
beautifully
the
lit by
wilderness.
flashlights. Good lord!
Heart wrenching.
I feel like whoever wrote this movie was like, how can we write a movie that is so fun for little kids
Yes.
and traumatizing
Destroys
for
the
adults?
parents, yes.
Like adults will lose their minds.
Absolutely. That has to be the case, right?
They'll just punish them.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, I was like, oh, a fun movie where
Yeah,
dogs,
the dogs are
talk.
talking. Wee.
And this one, I was like, oh my
I
god.
know.
It's just and then it's morning. The parents have searched all night.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Morning comes.
And I was thinking, like, what is the geography of them losing their child?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, they had to walk so far to get back to her.
Here's my
what
theory.
happened?
Here's my theory. I think she also had a sassy. I think she fell in the river and went over the waterfall.
Oh, the little girl?
She was
Yeah.
kind of by the water, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But she was dry.
Oh my god.
Well, she'd been
so
out
they
for a
saw
while.
her fall in the water and then float down the
Yes,
river.
Exactly.
No.
And they couldn't find. Oh my god. I
And
can't
so
handle this.
Then like a
movie.
champion. So Shadow
hears-
before he hears them calling, and he's like, my dog senses have kicked in. I'm
Yes.
gonna go lead them to her. Sassy, keep her warm.
Oh my God. Nothing could have prepared us for this moment.
Oh my god.
Because here's the thing. Before they cut back to the kid, in my head, I'm just like, I mean, Sassy's not that big. Like, I guess she couldn't, it'll be cute, but like, she can't really keep warm. No, they're like the same size.
Yeah.
She
Cassie climbs up on
and like
Molly's
covers
back.
her like a blanket.
Oh god.
Oh my God.
Anyway, of course they all get reunited, and the humans are like, "Oh, these are the dogs that we saw, Bob."
Not just any human.
The two best humans in this
best
movie.
forest rangers.
That reunition scene. That also wrecked me.
Oh, the parents finally.
I couldn't handle it. I don't even know what happened in that scene. I was crying.
I mean, it was mostly just them like, hey, what's going on here, pup?
But yeah, the Rangers were great.
And then the Ranger, this amazing woman just goes, hey, get over here.
These are the dogs from the poster that we saw. It was like Goofy or something.
It was wild. She was, yes, absolutely. That's totally what it felt
like.
Of course.
She's like, I'm doing a kids movie.
They pulled her from the theme park, and they're just like, hey.
Because Bob had put up 100 posters.
To his credit, he took the time to be late to his meeting with the dean of whatever.
The grant funders.
To
Sounds
very
important.
slow. Yes, I mean.
He's teaching there for maybe one semester.
So unclear.
And honestly, that dot matrix printer took so long. He could have just written "lost dogs" with a Sharpie.
Yeah, and then had his assistant photocopy.
But whatever. Anyway,
he had to brag that he had a dot matrix printer.
Oh, sure. He's like, this will be easy to read. Yeah. I'm helping. I'm a good dad. Yeah. I'm using work resources.
Check out this new technology, son.
Okay.
Anyway, so they end up, but then to their dismay, they're not going home.
Right. They've called the family at this point.
Well,
the family's
because
been
they
informed.
tell the pets you're going home, and you can just tell that that's the one word that they know. And then they're like, wait a minute, this is wrong. We're going the wrong way.
Shadow's boomer stubbornness kicks in again. And he's like, wait, we're turning around. It's going into Jimmy Stewart. It's turning the wrong way.
Your pets aren't here in this pound. They're in Frank's pound.
No. Shadow sounds way more like this is part of it that I think was what wrecked me. The way Don, I have no idea how to say his last name. Ameche?
I'm not sure.
Doesn't matter. Call us 612 something.
Fun to do.
612. Wait, what?
Anyway, I thought he might have been the guy who played the cowboy wizard in the horse movie and Uncle Ben in the Spider-Man movie at first. Because the way his vocal, like the quality of his voice, like to me, like always sounded like when Uncle Ben is dying in the Spider-Man movies. I'm just like, oh my God, Shadow, you're so old and you're trying so hard.
And we're not even like halfway through the movie. I feel like we're just describing it, but y'all, you have to understand this movie is like intense.
Oh, we totally forgot. The part of the reason they have to bring them to a facility is because Chance is walking after a porcupine, and then probably his best line in the movie says, "It bit me with his butt."
Yeah,
and he gets what are they called?
Quills
in his little muzzle.
They look brutal. That's awful.
That was one of the images I remembered, and it makes sense because it looks like it hurts so bad.
And Sassy tries to take him out again. Incredible animal acting, where the cat is biting the dog's lip, and it's like cool, it's fine. The dog's not freaking out.
No,
great acting.
It was, and they picked such a perfect dog to have like quills.
Because those jowls.
Because the jowls are already floppy, so the minute you put any weight on them, he just looks so sad. Because it pulls his jowls down, which pulls his little eyelids down, so he looks like he's just
but they help him at the pound. They take all those quills out.
But he thinks they're torturing him for information.
And then Shadow knows they're locked up as well, and it's like now he's come around to Chance's mindset of like, oh, the state is evil.
The optimism that he had, the glimmer of hope he'd had for his entire
the system
life
works for me.
Yeah.
Well, because as we learned earlier, we should talk about this. Is a good time to talk about this. What we learned earlier as Shadow's explaining to Chance like how he's not understanding what is to be a dog and to love your boy.
Yeah.
He explains that dogs have been man's best friend perhaps from the beginning of time.
Oh, and that pounds don't exist. It's a myth.
Yeah, like Shadow has this entire like dog myth system in his head.
It's like manifest destiny, white man colonialism.
Each dog has a boy.
Yeah.
We are bequeathed a boy by the great dog in the sky.
Exactly, the first dog.
That's right.
Sometimes the boy's a girl, but it's the same idea.
Still a boy.
He even described it as like, like some theories that like the lazy, shitty wolves are like, oh, there's a bunch of scraps, this rocks. Yeah. But the way Shadow's like sanitized version of it's like some of the best dogs at the beginning of time decided to care for the young human boys or whatever the fuck he says.
So Shadow goes through a total disillusionment.
Oh my God.
The pound is real. He should have listened to Chance the whole time.
He is
he's led them to ruin.
He's accepted. Like he just accepted that it's all over.
He is so willing to accept that things are all over. Anyway, we'll get to
there.
that.
We'll get there. Sassy suddenly becomes the hero of the story.
They play the Mission Impossible music. It's so good.
Oh, right. And the reason Sassy's able to do that is because as they are separating the dogs, which is why Shadow is like, oh no, Chance was right, this is terrible. He screams to Sassy, save yourself, run away.
And Sassy could have, but she came back.
No, she came back because she's a good cat. They already reunited in that beautiful meadow.
There is a lovely moment of comic relief where it's like that moment in Scooby-Doo where everybody's like running through the doors back and forth.
Yeah.
Where she's like coming back and forth.
Yeah.
As Sassy is aggressively body shaming the animal control
She keeps
officer.
talking about how fat he is.
That's kind of awkward.
Like, come on, Sally.
Yeah.
Let's spice up our repertoire.
Yeah,
you know
but they break
saying?
free, high tension, getting under that fence.
Yes.
How did they get that cat to open that gate like that?
So cool.
Cats do it.
That was one of the tikis. That must have been one of the 10 tikis. Have you heard of it?
We're 35.
Know about this?
We're 35 years old.
So once Sassy...
You too?
You too?
Me too?
My too?
I mean,
anyway, Sassy comes into the pound. And this is where we learn all domestic animals talk, because every single other dog is like a horny, like all of them are basically in like Danny Trejo and Con Air.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, hey, baby, shake it. Which is also weird because they're dogs and she's a cat, right?
Yeah.
like, what are they?
They
Like,
are
what are you
weirdly
doing?
horny for a cat. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they were probably all neutered years ago.
That's right.
They barely understand sexuality.
They're just putting out a show.
Yeah.
We all wear
It's
masks.
just like it's just a performance of patriarchy.
Yeah. So one of the 10 cats does this incredible move after she sasses Shadow. It's just like, oh, what are you in here, big boy? Whatever she says.
Yeah.
And she the cat just like leaps up, climbs up the chain link gate and just like pops the latch. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like genuinely impressive.
They trained a cat to do that.
And then Shadow frees Chance by smushing the officer
Because
against
he
the
thinks
door.
he's being killed.
Yes.
Like, I think he even says like they're killing him or something insane. Like
The stakes are so high for the
Shadow always goes like maybe one step too far. Like he jumps to conclude. Like he jumps a little too far in his conclusions.
And if they had all just chilled out and been captured, they would have got
Would've
on
been fine.
faster.
It's
But
like they would have given Chance some lidocaine or something after they pulled those quills
some
out.
kind of antibiotics.
Yeah, buddy.
It's just,
Oh,
they're just driven by this old dog's paranoia.
And let's remember, in Shadow's mind, still at this point in the movie, as far as he knows, his boy is being like imprisoned somewhere in like a black box by
Something is wrong.
malcontents. Yeah. I mean, man, Shadow is like.
and as far as he knows, like, I mean, that's why he wasn't at all surprised to see that little kid by herself.
Oh, sure.
It's just like, this is what happened.
The world is pain.
Yeah, when your boy doesn't have you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And then the movie gets us another gut punch where the animals
near miss.
sneak out into the woods as the car is pulling around the corner, and they really ratchet up the
Yeah.
hope for this family.
They're like
in the
singing
car,
a song.
bonding, singing together.
Bob feels like finally he's like truly
of it.
bonded with the children.
Yeah.
Like he's won them over by saving their pets, kind of. And they literally, go through into a shrub, and the car drives by the shrub.
Yeah.
And then,
And even Shadow's dog powers is like, oh, I'm suddenly feeling maybe I should turn around. And then the other two are just like, no, that's crazy.
But they follow him anyway.
Yeah.
And then
off they go.
Yeah, and then they walk off into the woods again.
Yeah.
And then some other stuff happens I can't even remember.
Man.
What else? I was emotionally wrecked by this point.
Yeah.
They climb up the top of the hill and finally see the town down
right.
below.
You think they're going to make it.
I feel like like slightly manipulative because I feel like we were all thinking like, oh yeah, they go over the hill and they'll just see the farm.
Yeah.
Like the backyard.
No,
No.
it's like kind of the city in the
it's
distance.
like the entire
or whatever.
valley that the town
Still
is in.
40 miles away.
Right.
And so the next time we see them, they're crossing a
train yard.
Okay.
What?
And already you're just like, I don't like where this is going at all. And like, there's literally, I mean,
They almost kill Sassy
almost
with a train.
kill Sassy again.
Yeah.
They're all, each one of them is almost hit by a train at one point in that scene.
Like, there's a point where Shadow's just like standing calmly, like wagging his tail more than he should in terms of the context of the story, but he's such a good dog. And he's so proud of what he's doing. Ben, the lab. And like, this movie is so manipulative. He's like standing on the train and then it just cuts to like brr, brr, as the train is coming from the distance.
The writers are just playing with us. They're just like, what if we killed all of them?
And again, like you said, Beth, because like a young child is just gonna be like, oh, they're the train yards. Of course, there's trains, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the entirety of their thought process. They're just like, oh yeah, they're just gonna walk by the trains. That's cool.
And they
Choo-choo.
really milked that sassy moment. I was like, that cat is gonna get hit by that train, y'all.
Yeah, because she's always just like a few steps behind Chance, just a few steps behind Chance.
Well, then you think you're out of the woods.
Yes,
they
because the
made
train
it
goes
past
by,
the trains.
and
Everything's
Sassy
going great.
makes a little joke like, "Danger's my middle name." Ha we've learned so much.
And then, Jesus Christ. Literally, the floor falls out from under Shadow, and he falls into a muddy ravine.
What even is that pit? Like, why is there rotten loose boards just over a giant hole in the rail yard?
It is.
I don't know.
What happened?
Mud-filled.
But he is still and dead looking for too long.
It's too long.
It's hard to look at.
It's like birdwatcher finds Sassy at the river. Like it's a pretty quick cut, right?
Yeah.
Like she looks dead on the water. She looks dead when he picks her up, but then in pretty minutes she's just like kind of
Yeah.
No. This is what I was like.
Shadow the dog.
Shadow's not going to make it.
No.
He's dead.
Because they're setting you up for it the whole time. Because you're like, oh, he's the old dog, and like Chance has to learn how to be a good dog.
And the way that Chance is narrating it, it's all in the past. This is what I learned from Shadow.
And you even said at one point, like, he's become the Shadow.
Oh,
He's so mature in his narration.
Yeah.
Chance and the cat, Chance and Sassy come to the edge of the hole, right? And you just think like, oh no, like, oh wow, you're already terrified because the dog fell through the hole. But then Shadow is at a hole. It's way deeper than you expected it to be.
Yeah, he can't get out.
He is like
He's trying, but he can't get out.
He's covered in like wet mud. His face
paws hurt.
His face is like very close to standing water to suggest that he's gonna drown. Like there's just so many like visual cues of just like this dog is dead.
Yeah.
And then Chance climbs down and tries to encourage him.
Well, first Shadow gives up.
Gives up.
He tries to give up the...
Literally tells him to leave him, and he's just like,
And he says,
I'm too old.
That destroyed
me.
It was too much. It's too
That
much.
broke me. Like as someone who had a beautiful lab for over a decade, who got very old and couldn't walk anymore, that was too much.
Very good
When an old lab was like, my leg feels weird, I'm too old, I can't do it. And it's like, no, Shadow, you have to do it.
Do it for me.
And then they do this like series of like he tries to come up like 4 times and Chance and Sassy are just like, come on, buddy, you can do it. And he just keeps sliding back down. And then the last time he just slides all the way down and he puts his head down in the mud. And he's just like he's literally just telling him to go on without him. Like he's just given up.
He's gonna die in that hole.
He's accepted he's gonna die in the hole.
Ugh.
And I don't know what happened because I was crying.
Because what happens is they do exactly to us what Bob did to the kids on their drive to the pound, because Chance goes down. He's like, I'm not going to let you. You pushed me so far. I'm going to push you.
Yeah.
And like, you just like, and Sassy's just like, yay. And then we
cut to
fucking Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We cut to the mom making a beautiful meal.
Halloween to Thanksgiving. Which
Is
means
that the turkey?
month.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
Aunt
hilarious.
Kate's turkey?
Was Kate there?
Maybe.
Anyway.
But anyway, we've gone from Halloween when they had hope and they were going to go like before Halloween, right?
Because,
Halloween Magic
because
Pumpkin.
they ruined the Magic Pumpkin play or whatever.
That's when they were at Animal Control.
So a month has gone by. It is Thanksgiving. The family has gathered back at their original homestead where they were never supposed to go to San Francisco.
Because Bob took at this point, very logically, like if they got this far, they could probably make it home.
Yeah.
So let's go home. I guess he called the dean, was like, listen, I'm going to do what I should have done in the first place and take some time off after my wedding.
Or are they just home for Thanksgiving?
Oh, and Bob's just okay, I see how it is.
Bob, we almost forgave you.
They just happened to be home for the holidays.
Wow.
Motherfucker. Anyway, at this point, it's a beautiful autumn day. The family is gathered for Thanksgiving. The last we saw the dogs, they were in the mud pit.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Both of them were in the mud pit.
Exactly.
I didn't even think
Suddenly,
it was
they're
possible for both
they're
dogs to
throwing
die.
a basketball around. The girl calls him dad. The boy's like, yeah, dad. It's like, wow, they're bonding as a family, but also, who gives a fuck? Where are the dogs? Suddenly, there's a bark.
Yeah.
The boy who is Chance's boy is like, is that Chance? And then they all don't believe it at first. And then the mom comes out. Innocent as can be. She's trying her best to just make a beautiful holiday deal for her grieving family. And Bob shushes her.
And to the mom's credit, she does a great job of showing like, oh no, my grieving children are hallucinating, barking.
Yes.
We got to get him.
Or she's like, it must be another dog. Of course it's another dog. And then...
Here comes Chance.
Well, and Hope, the girl, is even like, no, I recognize this bark. It's him. And again, the mom's just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be rough.
Lots of work to do.
And Chance crests the hill. The little boy, who was younger than I remembered at the beginning of the movie, is running towards his puppy. And Chance has finally realized that this is his boy.
Yeah, and he doesn't even mow him down.
No, like Molly, you were correct to be like, oh no, because Chance was going fast.
Yeah.
He was going real fast. But he's a good dog now. So he just came up and let the little boy hug him. Everyone's psyched. They're like, oh, we got a dog.
I got a dog.
Like, and everyone's so...
You see Sassy, right? And as she's running, she goes, Hope, 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 Hope. Which is just like, you're killing me.
And that little girl actor.
She crushes.
Yes, her... this is her moment of the movie. Like my cat is back and I'm seeing her for the first time was so good.
Yeah.
Her face, it lit up like the summer sun.
Oh,
and you felt that warmth.
She only over delivers one line in the whole movie. For the most part, she absolutely.
What was the one she over delivered?
I don't know. It was like she's like too excited. It was like she all of a sudden seemed like she was in a cereal commercial, and I bet she was probably in a lot of cereal commercials.
For sure.
Yeah. But no, but for the most part, I mean, she just nails it.
Yeah.
And then there's the long pause while Peter.
Bullshit.
That was
some bullshit.
Oh, there isn't a pause because Bob.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Finally, we're all reunited.
Oh, Bob, read the room.
What the fuck? Count the pets, dude.
Yeah. Every kid's got a pet.
They don't teach you that at professor school.
Your oldest child literally insisted on talking to his dog on the phone.
Yeah. This was the first day he called you dad.
Good Lord. You had such a high and then you immediately undercut yourself. You're so bad at this part. You're so stupid. So it's terrible. Peter is like looking, everyone's looking. Peter has his own metaphorical fell into a pit of mud where he's just like, no. He literally says he was old. He couldn't make it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He goes to the house. He's going to go inside.
Give it up.
And just like sob while eating a turkey leg or something. I don't know. Or just like house the entire bowl of mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
over the horizon.
Is just over the crested hill,
you have
a limping, dirty mop of an elderly dog.
And he somehow runs and limps at the same time.
Incredible dog actor.
So good. We are not okay.
It was so good. It was so beautiful. Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, sure. Oh,
They embrace.
The
boy and Shadow have the same hair.
Yeah.
I feel like Shadow says something heart wrenching, but I don't remember what it was. It was something like, I don't know, like, I'm a good dog, or I came back, or something. I don't know.
How about you stay this time, kid?
Yeah, right? Jesus. Anyway, it was awful.
And then they roll credits or something. I think they eat turkey. I don't know.
They all go into the house.
Yeah, Chance has the little narration of just like, I finally have a family. And, like, he's finally learned how to be a dog as the great dog in the sky demands. And he has adopted a boy.
Yeah. And then he goes, turkey.
Very relatable. That is real shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
It just reminded me of every pet I've ever lost.
Yes.
And we did, when I was growing up, we had a cat who was a Himalayan, looked just like Sassy. And she was an indoor cat. She was a purebred. She had no business being outside. But somewhere around age like 8 or 9, she got out. And once she hit the outdoors, at first she was scared. And then she was like, I'm never coming back inside except for meals and like overnight. She became this gorgeous, like out of context. Like it's weird to see a Himalayan outside. She was an outdoor cat. She came in every night until she didn't.
Oh, no.
And she was gone like after 3 nights. We were like, because she didn't have like a lot of street smarts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She would just sort of
Not
hang
like
close
Chance.
to the yard. And we were asking our neighbors, is she maybe in her basement or, whatever. And then 4 nights and then 5 nights and 6 nights, 7 nights. And then I looked out my window and there she was. She was skinny and looked like she had had the time of her life. Came inside, ate a whole bunch of food, took a nap, and then was outside the next day.
Nice.
Wow.
So she had her own amazing journey.
Should have been there, man.
Yeah.
That rocks.
But I did have to leave a dog when I moved to Minneapolis. I had to leave a dog.
Grandpa, right?
Grandpa, yeah. And he slept under a hydrangea just waiting for me for like 3 weeks.
No.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's too much.
I
That's too
know.
much.
Because you try to explain.
Yeah, like
But
Peter
you
did.
can't explain.
No.
They just know you're there. You're not there.
By the way, we know Sassy was a Himalayan because at one point Peter, who
again,
the
police.
education system has failed. He thinks dogs can hear him on the phone, and he goes to the police, and he's like, "I want missing members of my family."
Yeah.
He's describing Shadow, which, like Dan said, they have the same hair, so
Sandy
the cop's
hair.
like, "Of course, yeah, of course, is that hair." But then he's like, "Sassy, she's a Himalayan." He's like, "Himalayan,"
Yeah.
which also like. Maybe you could describe some people as Himalayan. I don't know how that works.
It's a little off, but it's not. It's possible.
Also, you're in San Francisco, dude.
Yeah.
This is a melting pot.
Yeah.
But once he gets to Chance,
But like Tibetan would be.
that's true. I mean, but he's a dumb kid.
Nepalese,
But he's a
something like
dumb
that. Yeah.
kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he says like white with black spots, he's just like, all right.
Okay. All right. You're the 5th kid this week
Yeah.
who's come in with
He's
that.
like, oh, we can't do anything about it. He doesn't talk like that. I can't help it.
Oh, geez.
Jeez, it's me, the chief for the San Francisco Police
It
Department.
is like a weird scene to include, really.
Because who
It's
cares?
like we don't.
Yeah, it didn't really.
It wasn't
Yeah.
necessary.
Add
I guess they just really...
True for all the human scenes.
Yeah, well, I mean, that one especially because that almost felt like someone in the board was just like, okay, but we really got to make it clear that Peter loves these dogs. It's like, yeah, dude,
We get
We
that
got it.
immediately.
Got it.
That's the easiest sell.
right? Way more.
Peter's the only one talking sense at the beginning.
Yes. Like, why would we leave them?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Bob.
San Francisco.
Get your
Take a
shit together.
train. Learn to take a train, Bob. Get a bigger house where you can have your pets with you.
In
And
San
don't-
Francisco.
Yeah.
Don't move your whole family. Like, I mean, can you
On
imagine?
On your
Day
wedding
of your
night.
wedding.
For like 2 months?
Or whatever.
We don't even know.
Temporary.
That's the schedule makes no sense.
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
Unacceptable,
oh,
Bob.
it's the only day we can get the venue. It was at their house.
Yeah, I wonder if in the original book it
And then
was
what
something.
do they do with their stuff? Are they leaving it all behind?
Man, I don't know.
I mean, it's like the way they left it. It looks like all of a sudden nobody's there. The balloons are still there.
That's what kills me.
Like, who's
Who's taking them down?
food?
The chef? The chef they hired?
Yeah.
Who was
Chef Boyardee?
disappointingly not Italian,
Yeah.
even though he looked exactly like Chef Boyardee.
Yeah. The
He
salmon order.
was like comically chefed out.
He was.
Yeah.
For a caterer working in a domestic kitchen, he was surprisingly chefed out.
Yeah, in the middle of where? There was anyway. Whatever, it's fine.
Central California somewhere.
I guess. How did that feel to you? Did you
Yeah,
feel?
across the Sierra Nevadas. So where are they? Out east. I don't know.
Yikes.
Yeah, apparently it was actually filmed in Oregon, and the San Francisco scenes were filmed in Portland.
Oh, wow.
So it was basically all Oregon all the time.
I thought you had never seen this movie before.
No, I haven't.
Huh.
How'd you know that?
Yeah, it's weird that you would know such specific facts about
well,
a movie that you hadn't seen and
af-
hated.
After the movie was over.
Yes.
I
Not during?
Not
Because you were so
during, 'cause
engaged?
I was so terrified every minute. I did look on Wikipedia. Oh my God, it's so sad.
When you're missing your baby and you need to learn, go to Wikipedia.
Oh, dogs and cats. Endanger.org.
That is the saddest Wikipedia song I've
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
I mean, we recorded that on January 6th, 2020, whatever. Great. Did you learn anything else fun before we jump out of
Not
this
really,
and
just
Dan
the-
starts talking more?
10 cats.
That is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. There was very little in Wikipedia. The older a movie it is, the harder it is to get some
Sure.
good Wikipedia dirt.
Yeah, because you need some nerd who watched it too many times when they were
Well,
kids.
I need somebody to reference a recent article, and almost none
right.
of them are.
Sure,
Fair.
sure.
It did pass the Bechdel-Wallace
Oh,
test?
Yes.
so
Yeah,
much.
for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
So much.
So I feel like Kate and mom and daughter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They were, or mom and daughter for sure were talking to each other.
Yep.
Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
about stuff.
And then weirdly, the kid did talk to the cat, and the cat meowed back. So
I guess she can hear meow.
But anyway, there were real people who talked to each other,
so
so it works.
Well, before we get to our final reviews of the movie we just watched, Homeward Bound,
And then go home and just
cry in our cars.
hold a pillow tight.
Wake up all my pets.
Yeah.
We like to turn to Discord, our text-based chat platform, and field questions and comments about the movie we just watched, Homeward Bound.
Yep.
And here they are.
You're spinning out.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a looper. Andrew asked, do you think there is a Mandela effect with the ending of this movie?
Oh.
I'm not sure what he's referring to, where everybody thinks Shadow died.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Because didn't you think that it was like the trauma was that the dog didn't make it? Or no?
No, it's that you think he didn't make it.
I see.
Yeah, but you'll also recall I said I think 0 animals died.
That's true.
Which there were some fish
There were some
died.
fish.
But they don't talk, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Those are the rules.
Was it?
Well, they couldn't kill that bunny either. I think they only wanted to kill fish because mammals would have been
And also,
too.
I don't know if we ever really saw them kill any of them.
No, it was just
they
like
must have been so hungry.
I think Shadow's chomping on a fish, right?
Yeah, but that was probably one they just got from like the
Sure.
grocery
we didn't see
store
it like
and then-
catch it and then like shake it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. They hold back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't
Right.
hold back anywhere
And
else.
Sassy like got a
she did
flop
great.
flop a fish up
Yeah.
from the water.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's how I remember it, and I feel like I am greatly affected with it.
I'm guessing that's what he's referring to. Is that people think like, oh my God, does Shadow make it?
Yeah.
Because it's certainly, like you said, kind of telegraphing the whole movie. Like this dog's not.
Yeah, that's just manipulative
damn.
filmmaking.
Well, because they set you up early where it's just like, oh, Sassy's gone, and we're like 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
So suddenly the stakes have been raised. Like this could happen at any time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he's in that fucking pit of despair,
that
literal pit of despair.
That pit of despair was so real.
Yeah.
And what was it doing?
Like, why was it there?
Why would you have that?
Invest in infrastructure.
Hey, Papa Joe,
Yeah.
1993. Billy Clinton.
Gray Davis, who was the governor of California?
I don't know.
He was at some point.
I hope Ben got so many treats after getting out of that mud.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Such a good dog.
Had to just lie in that mud. Those all those actors
Although
were great.
he probably enjoyed the mud, actually.
I don't know,
Right.
not for long periods of time.
I mean, it was probably
They only kept like the cute part of his face clean of mud, and then the rest of it was just like you couldn't tell the difference between him and the ground.
it's just
Slipping and
arthritic
sliding.
paws. Oh God.
All right. Tito12384 says, Happy 10th anniversary.
Hey.
Thank you, Tito12384. I've been listening for a long time and love the show. You guys are so much fun to listen to.
Thank you.
Until this episode.
I always manage to miss the ask for Q's and C's, so I'm excited to finally ask a Q. Here's my behind your curtains.
Ooh.
Question. What % of the movie did Molly spend in a different room not watching this movie due to animal danger?
I mean, Molly was a champ.
You stuck it through. You got up once.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Was the porcupine scene that you got up for?
Did you get up to get food,
so
or did you
many
just get up because of
times.
trauma?
Both.
Okay.
But then I tried to wait for like a quiet moment to get up because I didn't want to disturb things. But mostly it was because we had the microphones in the room with us.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of manipulative, Beth set this up so that Molly had incentive to stay in the room.
Well, I just felt like there was more count. You know what I mean? But like, if it had just been the four of us, I would have been in the kitchen for at least 25 minutes of this movie.
I mean,
maybe
the
the entire
second,
thing.
the second that,
that
log of where the
waterfall,
river
forget it.
snapped,
Call
you would
me
have
when
left.
Sassy's back.
You would have left.
Oh, the close-ups.
You would
of
have
her
gone into your
struggling
car.
in
Yeah,
the
that
water.
was hard.
You would have gone to
I
your
would
car.
have driven
Like,
home. This was all an outrage.
I believe. I mean, we'll check the
Instead,
tapes.
I just screamed.
Yeah,
I don't know how many times.
We'll check the tapes, but I believe the entire river sequence was the first of many times Molly was shrieking, "This is a terrible movie. Fuck this movie. I hate this."
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a lot of that.
a lot of that.
But I feel seen. Thanks for the great question.
Absolutely.
All right. Ben was asked, different animal movies take different approaches to animals talking.
Mm-hmm.
They think at each other, they woof or chirp, and we get a subtitle, or there are CG mouth movements, etc.
Mm-hmm.
What approach, if any, does this movie take?
Telepaths.
Telepath.
Yeah. Yep, that's right.
So I feel like even the barking isn't usually like in the process. Like I feel like the barking is only ever used as like a signal.
Yeah,
Or, like,
it's
to
a
get
signal
attention.
to outsiders, right?
Yeah,
They
or,
don't
like-
even. Well, even like there are times where he's like, He'll be like, when they were gonna seesaw the.
Oh yeah, he was like, wait for my
signal, and his signel was, "Hey, buddy."
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, buddy. It wasn't like a bark.
Yeah.
So they really used barking almost exclusively for exterior or external creatures.
Did Sassy meow or say something to them first when they reunited? I can't remember. I feel like that might have been the one time.
She said, my boys.
When she first pressed, like, what got Shadow to turn around? Though? Was it a meow or was it a...
I think it was a meow.
Okay, I think that was the one time they actually used, like, animal noise to get their attention. Yeah. I forgot about my boys. God damn it, Dan.
Why are you doing this to me?
Oh, they like each other.
We're best friends. Do you need to take a minute, Dan?
Yeah, it's hard to read. So many onions in the studio.
Yeah, weird. God, Beth. Put your onion collection away.
We got an award from some onion collection.
Oh, they just sent us a big crate of onions.
All right.
A partially cut onions.
Just dusty cut onions.
Yep. Benvis goes on to ask, what are the pros, cons of this movie's approach relative to others?
Ooh.
You know, this is like the lowest budget version, right?
Yep.
Like they don't have to do anything extra, but it somehow works.
So much else to do.
Yeah. Like I like this better than weird CGI mouths.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
What are the other choices?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Subtitles.
Yeah. Weird peanut butter. Their mouth moves weird. That always looks insane.
The peanut butter or the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the best way to do it.
I agree.
It works.
Yeah.
Because I don't expect animals to literally talk the way I talk.
No.
Yeah, it's easier to suspend your disbelief. But, you know, I loved Babe.
Sure.
And Babe in the Big City, and their mouths move, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Do they?
But those, I feel like that movie was done with care.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like a lot of them are not done with care. I feel like, for me personally, I think growing up reading Garfield is just like, yeah, it's just how animals talk to each other. They don't open their mouths. They just kind of think at each other. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Which is probably pretty close to the truth.
Also, when you have the best animal actors in the goddamn world, like in this movie, like it works
so good.
Great.
How long did they train those animals for those specific stunts? That one, just the breaking out of jail. That must have taken a little bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, I even agree with you, Mike. I was even impressed they got the cat to like run.
Oh, I know, right?
For some of those scenes. There was one though where there was like it was a wide shot in a meadow, and it did feel like the cat like got a third of the way across. They're like, all right, fade it out. It's not gonna get all the way. It's gonna go somewhere. It's just gonna stop.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think this is the best version of this.
Oh, another fun fact: they did film a lot of the times the animals separately, so they wouldn't
distract each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or murder each other. Yeah.
Oh,
well, they're best
they were best friends, Molly.
My boys.
You stop. That was brutal.
We mentioned this a little bit before, but I do love the fact that there's so many scenes where Shadow is supposed to just be like standing there and just being like an old
Big
mentor
regal.
dog and like telling Chance about like the way of the dog. But like clearly he's just like looking at his handler right off camera, just going like, Ben, hey Ben, and his tail is just wagging so much.
Yeah. So like even when he's like about to trap a mountain lion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he's
so
just
happy.
sitting there wagging, just joyful.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes dogs wag their tails when they're nervous, but no, it was not that at all.
It was just like, hey, what's
He's
up?
having a great time.
He's having a great fucking time. Like, ooh, Ben, I'm a cat. Ben, I'm a big old cat. Hey, buddy.
Oh, Ben. All right. Carzon says, congratulations on 10 years.
Thank you.
Thank you. B asks, do cats rule and dogs drool? Please confirm or deny.
Yeah, kind of.
But we learned that some of the times they drool and sometimes they rule,
Yeah.
right? Wasn't that the whole moral of the story?
I guess it's a very complex.
That would have been a good one to throw at the end. And I've learned that
Sometimes cats rule.
and sometimes dogs rule. And we all drool.
We all drool
That is,
sometimes.
I mean, yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Dogs literally drool though also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's fair,
cats usually have to
Cats
like
really do rule
anesthetize
the
them, right?
house. Yeah.
For drooling.
What?
Like when they get like a dental procedure, that's probably the only time they'd really drool.
Oh yeah, they're
Oh.
not droolers.
Yeah.
They'll sometimes forget to put their tongue in their mouth. That is the cutest.
Yeah.
They just sort of leave them out there.
Plep.
Are they? This is me who never had a cat. Are they like ever at a point where you can like have something so enticing to them food wise that they would start drooling, or is that just not a thing?
I don't think
like
so.
salivating so much that their
not
response.
in a way you would
So.
see it.
I feel like I've gotten a little drool from a cat rubbing up against me.
But it's not like dangling. It's never going to dangle.
No.
Oh, that's so
Not
gross.
a drippy drool.
I have seen that on a cat before.
Okay. Was it rabid?
It was an elderly cat.
They probably had
they
no
can't
teeth.
control,
I don't know if that. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a comprehensive answer.
Yeah, I think we covered that. But also dogs
The
rule.
moral of the story is we all drool sometimes.
We all drool.
But we all rule sometimes too.
Yeah.
And we should just get along.
Except for Bob.
Bob drools
Bob
100% of the time.
All the time. Even when he tries his best, he still fails.
Still drooling.
He's still drooling.
Zarquan says, congrats on 10 years.
So
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you.
And Boodle Horse asks, if this podcast were a 10-year-old child, what would they be like?
Oh, wow.
Oh boy, they wouldn't remember anything.
Yeah.
They would be.
Today it'd be hard to regulate their strong feelings.
Yeah, I feel like we would probably have to, like, I feel like the toppings of the pizza would either never change or change way more. Right?
Yeah. I think this podcast, would have some trouble regulating emotion for sure.
Are we like the inside out of Totes Recall the podcast?
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
Wait, we each are an emotion?
Yeah.
Ooh, which one am I?
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say Dan was anger, but then
Molly can get pretty angry.
Hey,
Screaming at
I
the
am
movie.
joy.
Listen, I haven't seen the sequel. This is Synergy. Hit us up, Pixar.
Yeah, pay us.
Maybe some of the new emotions better fit our.
I think that as a podcast, we would, or as a 10-year-old, we'd be precocious.
Yes.
We'd always be on Wikipedia.
Yes.
And we would be really upset about the patriarchy.
And we get like stressed out by teens.
Yes.
Like
we'd be
heavily
telling our
stressed
older
out by
brothers and
teens.
sisters, hey, cool it,
Just
Brad.
chill out, man. Stop with all the quick cuts to your parties and.
And they'd be making fun of boomers like all the time.
Yeah.
Grandma.
But like
come
they wouldn't
on.
totally understand what that meant. Like they'd
Yeah,
say
exactly.
"Okay, boomer" because they heard their older brother say it or
Yeah,
whatever.
but they don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And finally, Boodle Horse asks, best personal pet story.
Ooh.
Best?
Wow.
Ooh. Is this the last question?
This is the last question.
I had a very sweet cat growing up.
Is this the Himalayan?
No,
Oh, okay.
she was not sweet. She hated me. But she was great. We came to an understanding towards the end of
sure.
her life. But I had made the mistake. We got her when I was about 3, and they brought home this little kitten and just let her into the whole house. And then I was like, I want to see the kitten. I want to see the kitten so badly. But I'd fallen asleep in the car, and they're like, go find her. So I, a 3-year-old, run all over the house trying to find this frightened little kitten. And she never forgave me. Everybody else in the house she would be cool with, but she bit my ankles and attacked me every day until I was like a teenager.
Wow.
And then by the end, we came to an understanding, but it took a long time. So no, it's not her fault.
She was a cat.
But that was part of my incentive when I was around 9 to beg for a cat, which was in part because my family had moved a couple of times in 2 years, and they had been like, we'll get you a cat. No, they told my sister she could get a dog. So my sister comes home from the pound with a dog, and I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
I think I was offered a kitten. And they're like, oh, no. So then I got to go get a kitten, and I named her Alla Maiden
Aw.
because I'd misread an Almaden wine bottle
Amazing.
box.
I
So
love
she was
that.
Alla Maiden. And she was a great cat, so sweet and so patient. And I remember when I was about 9 or 10, she was like lying on my lap, like her back on my lap, and she let me put baby clothes on her. Like I put like a little her paws through and put a little dress on her, and she lay there purring with her little paws. And because I had never known love from a cat,
Yes.
it was just like imprinted in my soul.
Magical.
Pumpkin magic.
Oh, yeah, it was pumpkin magic.
I don't know.
Beat that, Dan.
I had a big orange cat for many years. And I first got him, Larry is his name. I guess he's podcast famous.
Yeah, he is. We had to.
He is the reason we had to delay recording the second half of Crouching Tiger.
Hidden Dragon.
Dragon for days.
Yeah. anyway, I first got him when right after my wife moved to Philly. No big deal. No big deal. And
Philly gets a no big deal.
Yeah, and I stayed in Madison, Wisconsin. No big deal.
Okay.
To finish my Master's of Library Studies.
Okay.
Also no big deal. And so he was my, sole companion for a few months until we were rejoined together.
My boys.
Yeah, did your wife say my boys when you came to Philly?
But the first night I had him, I as is advised with new pets, constrain the amount of space they get so they get used to it. So
that's how you're right. That's the proper way to do it, everyone. Yeah. Don't send your 3-year-old after a cat who has access to the whole house. Sorry, go ahead.
So I locked him in the bedroom with me. And because I was also now living a weird semi-bachelor life, I just had a mattress on the floor.
Oh my God.
But he yowled the whole night. The first night I was there, and as I was half asleep, I was like, this was a mistake. This is a terrible idea. I have to return him. Maybe he'll just escape. I hate this. And then in the morning, when I had full faculty, I told him that I made a promise to him and we would figure it out. And then I just opened the door and let him see the whole apartment, and he was totally fine after that. So he just needed to chill and know what was going on. And then he was my boys for
he was a sweet boy.
Another decade or so.
Yeah.
Good kitty.
Good cat.
Yeah.
This is not about my pet, but one time I was responsible for checking in on my neighbor's dog while they were on vacation. And it was a little West Highland Terrier. I think that's what they're called.
Sure.
They're like little white dogs. But we were playing with him in the backyard, and all of a sudden his eyes got so big, and it was what's going on? You look you look guilty. What's going? He opened his mouth and a frog jumped. Just I've done something wrong. Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's great.
That is pretty good. I have so many stories of just one of my dogs being so dumb. It's very funny. Okay. So there's my old dog, my elderly lab that we don't need to talk about because I've already described our wonderful relationship for years. He had a real problem with ducks. And,
oh,
wow. Most animals actually that confounded, I don't think ducks confounded him. I think he was just mad at them.
Yeah.
Sure.
He did. This was not the story I was going to tell, but I just remember this because he did get confounded by animals. He was so weirded out the first time he saw a wandering teen of loitering turkeys, because he always barked and chased birds, but those ones he kind of just looked at him oh shit,
yeah,
they're as big as me, and it was so funny.
Yep.
And then another time there was a turtle on the road or on the path that was in its shell and just hanging out, and we were walking by it, and then just as he walked by it, it started to move. He lost his goddamn mind. He's like, what is this fantasy world we live in where a rock can walk? Amazing. But the story I was starting to tell was that we were walking in the beautiful Minneapolis winter years ago with my wife, no big deal. And we came across this very cute little dock on one of the, many ponds that are around the lakes in South Minneapolis.
Sure.
And St. Louis Park, local reference. And my wife was like, oh, take a picture with me and Herbert, because she's wearing her cute little coat, and she just thought she had a nice winter outfit on. The dog is, a cute dog. Mm-hmm. So we've got them on the dock. Herbert, the dog, is the lab. He's just we've got him sitting next to her calmly. As I take the picture, he sees a duck in the half frozen pond, jumps between the slats of the guardrail of the dock, and just goes in the ice is paper thin, because it's probably late winter, right? It's everything's starting to thaw. Yeah. So he just goes in the water, and my wife's just what? And she had to let go of the leash.
Yeah.
Because otherwise she'd break her arm or something. So then we're just come on, man. And so then I have to go down there, and I'm just trying to get him to the shore. And he, again, because he's a dopey, dumb dog, he's trying to lift himself up on the ice, because obviously there's a solid surface here. But because it's so thin, it just keeps breaking. And he's like Shadow. He's so tenacious. He's going to do it. So he just like keeps, and there's a clear path. There's a clear open water path that I'm like trying to direct him to. Like he could swim back easily, but no, he's like, oh no, I'll just get up. And then does that like 4 times until he finally just gets to shore. Like he just breaks the ice all the way to shore. And then he's thrilled. I mean, we're like, we're like, oh no, he fell in the frozen water or whatever. He's fine. Yeah. He's so happy. He's had such a great time.
It is so cool how dogs make you see the world differently.
Yes.
Like one time this is real quick. I had this dog, Hippo. She was amazing. And we were walking along a stream and this bicyclist had propped her bike against a tree and she had hopped into the stream, which was like up to her neck or whatever. And so it was just sort of hanging out, sort of back floating. But you could only see her head. And as we walked by, I had never seen Hippo do this before, but she just did that thing where like her head was bobbing from side to side. Like she kept like a bird trying to get another angle on what she was seeing. And she was so flipped out and she started to like kind of half bark. Uh-huh. And I realized, she thinks there's just a head floating in the water talking to us. Like she doesn't know there's a body because you can't see it.
Witchcraft.
And it was just so amazing. Yeah. And so we had me and the stranger lady had a nice laugh about it and have a good day.
Yeah.
So
that reminds me of one more dumb dog story.
Please. They're the best.
Our silly little wiener dog, Gertie, I think we were driving up north for some reason, but at some rest stop in Minnesota, there is a giant Paul Bunyan statue.
Yep.
Probably at more than one rest stop, honestly. But it's probably 15, 20 feet tall. Mm-hmm. And my dog lost her mind at the statue, would not stop pulling and barking at Paul Bunyan. She thought it was, I guess, the biggest threat to her and her family that should be
ever seen.
I had to drag her away. She would not stop.
God had come down from the heavens to smite them.
This tiny little wiener dog was going to take out Paul Bunyan.
I would read that story.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
It was great.
Protecting her boys.
Oh, wow, Jesus Christ.
So sorry.
I mean, we could do an entire podcast on dumb dog stories.
That's
true.
Sure. Yeah. But appreciate the prompt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right. Our rating scale, as we all remember, is Hot Jinx Low Times,
which is a
sugary THC cereal.
Oh, right. I forgot it was THC.
Where the mascot is Jinx, a stoner gopher wearing a jester hat with a big old dump truck ass.
Beautiful ass.
I forgot.
He pops out of the ground.
Tries to pop out of the ground.
Can't find the cereal and then gets low.
Well, he gets stuck because of his giant ass.
But
and now, are we body shaming?
No, this is
so
a
confused.
beautiful.
No.
This is an incredible ass.
Okay,
we're celebrating it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And it's just one of many incredible
Jinx
asses.
got junk.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's a good way to have an ass. A small ass is a good way to have an ass.
Yeah.
But for the purposes of this mascot.
Yeah.
More like mascot.
Yeah.
Yep. Beth and I were there at the same time.
10 years, baby.
10 years.
It's all come to this.
Yeah.
Mascot.
Mascot.
And that is the new rating system. Mascot.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we were.
My boys.
Oh, my boys, my boys.
We are 35.
After midnight.
Homeward Bound.
No.
Nope. I'll admit that one didn't work.
Oh, that one didn't work?
It's the first one after 10 years.
Yeah, you finally didn't. You didn't land it for the first time in 10 years.
The triplets.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Dan. You gave it 4. You thought it would be fun watching with Molly, and you like looking at dogs, but it wouldn't be a good movie.
Okay. As Dan has said, we all went on an incredible journey watching this movie. It was definitely fun watching this with Molly because she disassociated for at least 10 minutes, but did not stop talking during that entire time. Yeah. And it was magical. But at the same time, it was real rough watching those dogs be old and traumatized. Yeah, I don't think it was a bad movie. It was very difficult to get through, but I feel like it was mostly like for what it was trying to do, it was well done. The animal actors were incredible. Beautiful vistas.
Beautiful vistas.
Yeah. I don't know. What did I say before?
4.
Yeah, I'll stick with 4.
Okay.
It was what an experience.
Yeah.
It was surprisingly well made for what seemed like just like, oh yeah, we'll just get a fucking couple of dogs and a cat and just
run around.
have them run around a field, whatever.
Michael J. Fox will be there.
Yeah,
so
don't worry, whatever. Cha-ching.
Yeah. Great. Beth, you gave it 3. You think it would be not good, but fun.
Yeah. I take it back about being not good.
Okay.
Those animal actors are incredible, and maybe the best acted movie I've ever seen.
From the animals.
Yes.
From the animals.
Yeah. The human.
the
Who
little
cares about
girl.
humans?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The kids were doing the heavy lifting for sure.
And the mom.
When the humans
The
got
mom?
there.
Yeah.
Mom,
So everybody
Mr.
but Bob.
Child.
Yeah, because the
Park
forest rangers were
rangers.
incredible.
And
These are the dogs from the post. I don't remember the accent anymore. I don't even remember what the accent was anymore. It was amazing.
it was so ridiculous. Yeah, and I had a really good time watching it. And here's the thing. I'm like, was it like it truly moved everyone?
Yes.
But was it because it was like so manipulative,
Yeah.
or was it because it was actually good? That's what I'm trying to decide. And because I can't be like, it's because the writing was stellar. I think I do have to give it a 3.5.
Okay.
But wow. I mean, what a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Movie.
What a time.
Yeah.
It's like half a box of hijinks load times because your roommate ate them when they were high.
Yeah.
I forgot you were eating them.
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot?
I gave it 4. I also thought it would be fun to watch with Molly. Good art challenges you, it makes you feel. And I have in 10 years, this is the strongest reaction I've had to a movie.
Can confirm.
I had to embrace Molly in the kitchen after such an incredible journey because I was so overcome. So I can't not give it a 5.
All right. Hell yes, brother.
Yeah.
Oh man, by that criteria, I should give it a 5 too, right?
Oh, hold
'Cause
on. Let's go on this journey together. Because what did Molly give it?
Oh, Molly, you gave it a 0. Say it will be an abomination.
Yes.
And then you got bullied into giving it a 1 out of respect for the listener, but even though it's just an anniversary episode. So respect for the 10, I guess.
Yeah. Respect for the 10-year-old child that is our podcast that we manipulate from inside their brain.
Yeah.
Is that the new concept?
I don't know. Yeah, I figured this would be a rough journey because of all the animal danger.
An incredible journey.
Yeah. Incredibly rough.
An incredibly
Am I right?
rough journey. And there was a lot of physical danger. I was not prepared for how much emotional peril there would also be. I was definitely not prepared for a little kid in the woods.
Oh,
I was not prepared for my boys.
It was mean. Like some parts of this movie were just mean.
Yeah.
For adults.
For adults.
I agree with what Beth said.
And
Like
it was like the mud.
kids would be fine.
The mud pit. Like if I just replay this movie back to back, it is like a horror show. But I did feel for sure. And it was more, and I guess in the same way, like when I look back on Home Alone, I mostly think of like just terrible things happening to the robbers, right? I don't know. I feel like when I look back on this movie, part of it is just seared into my brain, and it's all the emotional parts. So I'm going to give it a 4.
Wow.
But also, I will never watch this movie
No,
again.
I can't take it. I couldn't.
I don't want to hear it described. I mean, sure, if you see me and you want to describe it, that's fine. But it was a disaster.
Yeah.
It was just like one thing after another.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years from now, we're going to watch Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco. For sure.
We have to. It'll take us that long to be ready.
I am, okay, now that I've had the time to think about this while going to the table, I am considering dropping it by half just because of all of the jokes that bombed from Chance the dog.
That was so much.
But also, like, it's for children. So
and it was
whatever.
from the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of humor was just like the thing.
And also, like, there was probably like, I mean, I don't even, some of that might have literally just been like on the day in the booth of just like, oh, just keep talking, Michael. I mean, the dogs are just running. Like, we got to keep something going on.
Yeah, I wonder if there even was a script.
There had to be some of a script.
Michael J. Fox was just like, just go.
Okay, the shadow mythology had to have been pre-written.
Sure, yeah, the great dog in the sky. And the original dog.
I don't know. I feel like most of that was written.
Yeah.
But I think they also like can we just get some reaction shots?
Yeah.
And I do think he chewed on a boot when he did those
I hope
lines.
so. God, I hope so.
But Jean Smart alone was so great. And I know part of it is that I've seen her in Hacks most recently, and I remember from Designing Women. But
24.
Yeah, Mary Town.
Yeah.
Oof, so good. She's a treasure.
Just she so casually murders her role.
Yep.
And it makes everybody else look tragic.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Frank.
Yeah.
Frank is just.
He tried his best.
Oh, we never really.
Oh no, we didn't.
Talk about Frank.
Here's the thing:
were they romantic?
I don't know. I mean, I half jokingly when he literally the moment they were shared screen, I'm like,
to be in love with
tension
her.
there. Oh, he for sure has.
Oh, for sure.
He's
How could you
feeling
not?
it.
I'm in love with her.
Yeah, I agree. That fringe jacket. Come on.
I don't feel like it was returned.
But as Beth and I were discussing during the film, when they cut to the inside of the house and she's calling whoever to talk about the pets being missing, and we see all of her, I guess, horse semen ribbons behind her.
Sorry, what?
We decided
we all agree about that. Yeah, no, it's been established. We all agree.
So it was blue ribbon semen.
Yeah.
What?
From the horse stud.
That's what a
what
horse
she
show
was
is.
doing?
I don't know.
That's why you can't bring pets. They can't watch.
No. Yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, Chance is such a young boy. He wouldn't understand. Anyway, Beth and I were questioning whether Frank was pouring her black coffee, which true Totes Heads will know is the sign of sexual congress. Being a true grown-up.
Yeah.
Which means banging.
That's right.
So that to me felt like a visual cue for the adults in the room who are too, for a moment of levity while they're crying and tearing their hair out. They're like, oh, hell yeah.
Get it, Frank.
Get it, Frank.
I think it was also said, Frank is kind of in the doghouse at that point.
That's true.
Yeah.
So maybe he was I think maybe they have bangs.
Yes.
Can we agree on that?
And he was like, maybe again this time.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you
he did
fucked up
seem
Frank.
hopeful.
Yeah.
And also even when she first came back, she just seemed less excited to see him than she was to see her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she expected some beautiful dogs to see.
That's true.
So
Yeah, she was going to have to call her
but
family.
they're up in those mountains. I feel like at least a couple times she's like, yeah, fine, come over. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's bored and
That's fair.
yeah. He's a nice guy.
He seems nice.
He seems nice.
He's got a good vest.
Great
And
vest.
can we just also talk about how those 3 kids have all lost their father? Right?
Yeah.
Because the stepdad isn't
Or
when you visit with your dad on the weekend, right?
didn't we figure out the 2 of them? One of them is his dad.
It's still unclear. We thought we'd
What I'm
cracked it.
saying
and
is
then,
there's not a shared parenting situation.
No.
Right.
So they've already lost.
They've all lost a parent. They
A
don't know
parent.
what it is.
Yeah.
And now they're losing their pets.
presumably parents also right down a waterfall.
Yeah, they probably wandered off into the woods and are stuck in a mud hole somewhere.
Yeah. What if they're stunt people riding a barrel down Niagara? Could happen.
It could. It totally could.
Well,
that's canon.
What's canon?
That their father was a stuntman who tried to ride a barrel down Niagara Falls.
Oh,
But then Big Barrel was cutting corners to try to squeeze a little more profit out of that lemon.
Oh, jeez.
typical Big Barrel.
That's right.
there's no corners to cut in the barrel industry.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it was so dangerous.
Also, we
Were
spotted
you wanting one of us to laugh at that?
Because it's round.
I played along. I played along.
Yeah.
I was yes-anding. I appreciated it.
He just looked at each one of us. No. Okay, moving on. No.
That usually gives me a nod to at least acknowledge I've tried to make a joke.
I wasn't clear if it was, so I asked.
Try this one. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Huh?
Yeah.
Do you think that's why he ran for governor?
Oh.
Because of this movie?
Yeah, he heard his name was mentioned in the movie. He watched it, and then he saw the stuff about
The beautiful California
and he
vistas.
saw a dog fall in a hole because of the infrastructure.
Yes.
Oh.
And he was like,
He turned to his two donkeys and said,
I'll never let you fall down the hole, my donkeys.
We'll get the electric Hummers across the road so we won't even have to use the half-destroyed rail yards anymore. We can transport all our produce with these beautiful electric Hummers. Now I'm going to drink the water out of the exhaust pipe of this bus. He did that at some point to show green initiatives. I don't know. I don't think it went anywhere. Because it never does. America number 5, baby.
Well, I would love to think this was a turning point in his political career. For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
Wasn't he-
I buy it.
Wasn't he kind of bad?
But isn't it kind of like Jesse Ventura here? Like, your expectations are like kind of mid.
Sure. Speaking of Ventura, check out Jesse Weed or whatever his pot family concern is now. I don't know what it's called.
Wait, what?
He's got his own weed brand now.
Should we reach out to him about
sponsoring the podcast? Hijinks Low Times. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe, and in hindsight, it should have been Hijinks High Times.
No, the original's better.
Okay. All right, great.
Oh, I'm just. It's been a while since I've done Jesse. God damn. I'm just walking through these beautiful woods forest looking for a nice breakfast cereal to enjoy my day. Oh, what's this incredible, beautiful gopher emerging from the ground?
Oh, hi, Jesse. You want some cereal?
I love some cereal. I could use a bit of a little taste.
Well, you got some nice apple bottom jeans.
Yup.
Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan DeQuette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. New episodes of Totes Recall drop on the 15th of every month. For more information and bonus content, visit us at totesrecall.com. Thank you so much for listening.